Alright, 10-minute video. I have another channel called Olas PNFN. OLASPNFN. That's my main channel. I got like 2,000 subscribers. I'm pumping this channel up, but I'm going live over here first, trying to get some traction over here. You know what I'm saying? As y'all already know, we under attack by everybody globally. We are the most unique people on earth. We like what we like. We got American soul food. We got our own everything, and people want a piece of it. We are so valuable. You know, we are like jewels. We are the jewels of the sun. Everybody want a piece of us, man. We live our lives in our own mind, the way we live, that we even forget to defend ourselves. You know, we forgot how to defend ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We actually forgot how to defend ourselves because we so busy living our lives. But everybody want a piece of our American pie. Yeah, every channel you scroll on TikTok, somebody's talking about we're from Africa. We're from Africa. Everybody get to be themselves but us, because y'all don't see the bigger picture, or they want to take what's ours and, you know, really mind wash us to a subservient minor class. We create the culture, but they want us to be a minor class in the culture that we create. Notice everything that we create is appropriated to Africa. Africa don't do a lot of things we do, but they still appropriate our culture to Africa, which makes no sense. We don't eat the food they eat over there. We really don't dance like them. Besides, you know, sometimes some footwork and some drums. You know, there is some similarities, I might add. There are some similarities globally. But for the most part, we are unique people. We have our own ethnogenesis right here in America, where we develop on our own character traits. We have our own distinct DNA. We have our own genetics that we can go over. We're classified as our own haplogroup, if you don't know that. I have so much information to prove to y'all. We're classified as our own haplogroup. We have our own serum haploglobin types, our own significant alleles when it comes to DNA. I have all this information for y'all, and I go live to gather you all, because this is a part of the revelations and prophecies for you waking up. Notice how everyone is waking up, and this is going to change the surface of the planet, because we're all thinking alike. So the world is going to react to the way you think and create a reality for the way we think, the way we're waking up. Everybody's going to have to fixate their activities and their realms based off how we think. And let's stick to the topic. Everybody want a piece of our pie because everybody talks about us. Notice how we don't really wake up talking about people, because we are so diverse within ourselves. We are so creative within ourselves. You really bringing down your own community. Break it down to me, Gavin Much. Break it down to me how I'm breaking down my own community. What community am I from? Bruh got an AI image of BLK Putin. No, I don't. That's actually a real African. That's a real African. So I'll put that there because he actually looks like Putin, but that's an actual real African though. But I put that there because it's like Putin obviously is an albino. He's obviously an albino, so I'll put that in his place as the real Russian, right? Putin is just the albino man. He said that's an AI Mac, bro. He said we all are African genetically. No, we're not, Master Roshi. We're not African genetically. You don't want to go there. So when y'all make these claims, y'all got to come with the facts. Y'all got to know what you're talking about, the DNA. And a lot of Pan-Africans and African-centered people don't know anything about DNA. He said that's an AI image. Okay, well, did you know a lot of these are AI images? You see the one that says British? You see the one that says British? That's an AI image. All of these are AI images. You're saying nothing. He said we are LOL. This dude don't even know me talking about we. And that's the problem we have with this community called Pan-Africa And you know, Africans, Afrocentrists, they always saying we. They'll brag and say the continent Africa has the most genetic diversity. And you know, we have people all over the planet with you melanin and woolly hair in Asia and America and Africa. And what credentials are you looking for, Julie? My credentials are I'm in the field. I have over 1,000 videos on the subject, over 20 years in the field research, been to college, studied in various temples, been in and out the country studying, countless debates, Julie. Like, where you going with this, Julie? All came from Al Kabbalah, false. Euro Afrocentrist, that's all conjecture. It's all opinion. Y'all have no information. Out of Africa is not a reality. Johnny said, Johnny go call, I call Cap, that's cool. And grass is green, what's new? We're on social media, Osiris. And you can't tell me they made a perfect recreation of what that man really looked like. No, I don't think they did. I don't think you have. I do have info. I'm up here talking about my info. Where did humans originate from? I think humans originated from America, Master Rushi. Humans. He said, trust me, bro, your credentials, and you're blocked. See you later. Credentials, and you're blocked. See you later. We ain't gonna do that over here, Julie. You know, and you're blocked. Yep. Yes, humans are from America, and I can break it down. No, I'm not a Hebrew. No, I'm not. A whole lot of things. Yeah, I had to block her because they'll sit up there and let some foreigner teach them, but they won't be open-minded when it comes to their, you know, so-called own people. Yeah, get on out of here, Johnny Go. Get out of here. You know, they'll open up a school book and they'll go for it, man. You know, they'll let a foreigner from a whole different, you know, country teach them, but they won't be open-minded to somebody they claim is their own pawn, their own people. And this is why we don't get along with these people. Victim of colonialism. I don't think I'm a victim of colonialism. I don't think so at all. I think I'm a free thinker. Why people think we all I'm a victim of colonialism. I don't think so at all. I think I'm a free thinker. Why people think we all African, I have no idea. We believe it's an agenda brandy because America is so rich and we are so rich. We are culturally rich. We're culturally creative and everybody want a piece of our pie. They have to cling to us. Outside of America, we are very popular. We are very popular. Thank you, Glenn Munson. We are very popular outside of America, so when people mimic us, they have to attach themselves to us. Because y'all have to understand how popular rap music is and R&B music is, country music is very popular. So people have to cling to us some type of way for validity. He says, what did you create? Come on, man. My culture creates a lot, man. Please, don't make me block you, Johnny. My culture is very creative in America, man. Please don't do this, Johnny. I'm not going to do this. He said, what music have you made? Yeah, right. No one wants to see the Chosen. I never understood why we were so H-word. It hurt me. Exactly. And I'm a part of a collective, Johnny. I'm a part of a cultural collective. My people, my ancestors created bop music, doo-wop, boogie, footwork. I helped create footwork from Chicago. The percolator. So yeah, there you have it, the percolator. I helped create the percolator dance. Go and look up the percolator. There you have it. So yeah, I'm a part of the collective. We all are part of the collective. No, you aren't. It depends if you're claiming to be from a whole nother continent. No, you're not. You're claiming to be a color. You're from a whole nother continent. How are you a part of our collective in America? We have our own ethnogenesis, our own development. Yeah, I also created this live for you. Come on, self-made. Come on, man. I created this live for y'all, man. Rock and roll. I'm Mississippian. Come on, man. There we go, man. The people is catching on. They know what it is. I just want us to stand up for us in this landmass in America. They don't want us to claim this land. It's something going on with these people. Simple-minded people don't know what a global citizen is. Okay, we don't. Everybody gonna have to adhere to a global citizen. We're American citizens, and we're proud of that. It's like, how you calling us simple-minded? Because you so advanced and global. I don't have to be on your level. I don't want to be on your level. What makes you think I want to be on your level? Pomo Indians saying it's not your land. What land? What are you talking about, Pomo Indian? Mr. Chandler, Blackfoot of Mississippi. I'm Coahoma, Mississippi, and in Utah, Alabama, Mr. Chandler. Coahoma, related to Natchez, and Utah, Alabama, by Tuscaloosa. Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to start going live on this channel, man, to get some steam over here, and bring y'all up to par on thinking. Y'all are some of the greatest people on earth, you American people, and your minds reverberate and vibrate on a different level. To the point of creator status. Columbus, Mississippi. I'm in Columbus, Georgia. We didn't come here. We are from here. Exactly. The curses of Deuteronomy. Now you can stop. Johnny, go away. You're a global person. We're Americans. Go away, Johnny. Being labeled African ain't benefiting me one way or other. Exactly. And the way we look at it, Jay Stan, we're from America. We have to govern home. We got to worry about that. We can't worry about other places. We have to govern what we own. We can't let people throw us off. They want to distract us from the fact that we own something here. We have ownership to a culture, a people here, and land here. We got to worry about that. They all are distracting us. And notice the people distracting us don't have nothing. Yeah, he's giving Johnny's a bad name because he's really emotional calling people kid. If we're kids, why are you here? Why would you be bullying kids? Just move around. He's calling us kids but won't move around. Here we go, the Bantu. Here goes the Bantu people calling people some pretendians. Man, these people are something else, man. We're always on their mind. When they wake up in the morning, we're on their mind. They want to, sound slick like us and walk like us and be masculine like us. And their women want to imitate our women, then cuss us out. Yeah, I'm going to block you. Spamming the chat, duh. I have no choice. Cuss us out. Yeah, I'm going to block you. Spamming the chat, duh. I have no choice but to block you. Cool, dude. Why the heck would I let you spam my chat? You might try to block. You might try to report me. Yeah, I just muted you. I muted you. I didn't block you. I'm just gonna mute y'all. He said, "Don't dish it out if you can't take it." What am I dishing out? Break it down, Johnny. Break it down. What am I dishing out? When did I disrespect anybody? There you go. You lack basic comprehension and mother wit. It's like they just be talking, man. I'm really good at what I do. We are indigenous to America, bro. I really respect that. I know we are. I know we're not a color. I know we're not an Afro. I know the stories don't add up. We all know it don't add up. We all know it. America is older than Africa. Civilization-wise, yes. It definitely is. Civilization-wise. And geographically, geologically speaking, Miss Indie Goddess. So, Miss Indie Goddess, let me tell you this. America has the oldest water and rock deposits. I want y'all to research this, what Miss Indie Goddess said. The oldest rock deposits in the world sits in Minnesota and in in South Canada. A lot of people don't know that the oldest rock formations in the world, by billions of years old, is in Minnesota and in South Canada. And the Mississippian era is dated for 380 million years. A lot of people don't know that. Who brought rice to America? Who brought rice to America? Why does that even matter? Who brought corn to America? Who brought corn to Africa? Who brought maize? A Haitian man did not found Chicago. No, he did not. No, he did not. Please, that's not even a Haitian word. Chicago is not a Haitian word. Please stop. No, he did not find nothing. No, he did not. That is not even a Haitian word. Chicago is an indigenous word. Who did it? It clearly says, first of all, he's not from Haiti because, let me tell you something, Johnny Go, because you don't understand how history goes. There's several Haitis or Haitis or the Haitis. There's one in Missouri. There's several Haitis or Haitis or the Haitis. There's one in Missouri. There is a Haiti in Carolina. And people didn't get to Haiti until they were exiled from Louisiana. Our people, what are you saying cap from? What do you mean? Just listen. Our people were exiled to Louisiana at a later date, and it was called Santo Domingo. It was called Santo Dominguez. In Taino, Haiti means high or high mountain. So nobody's a high mountain. Like, stop it. Like, nobody's a high mountain. That's all Haiti mean. He's not a Haiti. He's not a high mountain. And it was a Haiti in America before then. This is what a lot of these so-called Haitians don't talk about. Haiti was in America. Go and look up Haiti, Missouri, y'all. Go and look up Haiti, North or Durham, Carolina. They were exiled to that island in the 1800s. They were exiled from Louisiana. The people were exiled. I never said I was an Indian. You spamming my chat. Like, stop it. I never said I was an Indian. I'm an American. Like, what are you talking about? Have you ever heard of Mesoamericans? I'm an American. I never said I was an Indian. He said, race, you gotta go. You have to go. And you're blocked, Lord. Race baiting. He said race baiting. And you're blocked. You're blocked. So who are your ancestors? Simone wants to know my ancestors. She just popped up out the blue and she want to know my ancestors. Oh, wow. Well, I'll go and tell you, Simone, I'm Mississippian. I'm Mississippian. I'm from the Mississippian people. That's right, Carmack. Everybody dislikes us. Everybody. I don't get it. Solana says, no, you ain't. Whatever that means. Hopefully she ain't talking to me. Hopefully you ain't talking to me because that's rude to tell somebody who you are. Yeah, I'm just American, Michael Thomas. That's correct. I'm an American. Somebody laughed because I said I'm indigenous. We're all actually indigenous, y'all. We're all actually indigenous. Somebody said the USA guys light skin, too light skin. Oh man, that's crazy. To be honest, dark skin is actually hyperpigmentation. Dark skin is hyperpigmentation. No baby is born dark skin. So actually, you're too dark. No baby is born dark. Most babies are born light skin. There you. Like, I'm not speaking for all black Americans. I'm not speaking for all black Americans. I don't know what a black American is, Solana. You're not my kind. I don't know what a Solana is. I'm not with that movement. No the F I'm not. We don't even like y'all movement. Like, who's a Solana? What is that? Like, that's trash. Like, what is that? Like, we just seen y'all pop up out of nowhere with a new name. We're Americans. Like, y'all are not from America. Okay? African Americans ain't African. That's not a black. That's not a black. What are you talking about? What is that? African American ain't a black? What are you talking about? African American ain't a black? What are you talking about? Tracy Ellis Ross children can be blacks. What are you talking about? John Brown was a black. Mariah Carey is a black. Elvis Presley is a black. A white person that looks You know, somebody could be black, like, and pass for white and be black. Anybody can be a black. You don't even make no sense. What are you talking about? Elvis Presley was a black. Like, that's an English word. Y'all think y'all just gonna own words and don't even have your own language, Solana? These Solana people just popped up out of nowhere with this Solana. Like, we supposed to hop on that bandwagon. Y'all are like, no, like, yeah, I hear myself, like, I'm an American coop. Yeah, I'm talking BS. Of course. I know what I'm talking about. I've been studying for decades. He said, better than you pretending. I'm not an Indian, Solana. You just talking at this point. No, you're not better than us. I'm not an Indian. Your ancestors called y'all selves soul folks. I don't care. They call themselves blacks and Africans as well. I don't care what your folks call them. You don't have a nationality, Solana. Soul is not a okay, Mississippian existed before soul folk. You're not saying nothing. Soul is not a nationality. No, I'm not letting you up. I'm not arguing with no female. Get out of here. The hell I look like going back and forth with a female. I can't beat you. You don't have nothing for me to talk about. Soul, like soul is not a nationality. Like everybody got a soul. You're not saying nothing. It's a country in Korea called Seoul, Korea. That's right. She do need to be quiet. You already going back and forth. No, I'm just reading your comments. But I'm not finna verbally go back and forth with you. It's gonna hurt my head. That's what I meant to say. It's gonna hurt my head if I verbally go back and forth with you. I'm not finna go back and forth with you. Like, you ain't talking about nothing. What is a Solana? Y'all just popped up on the scene with this new Solana stuff. Like, we supposed to be like, okay, we full of soul. Let's go, y'all. That's right, indigenous to all four corners. I'm with that dub, the Sephardic. But I'm more with the American copper colored people. No, I did not vote for Trump. She keeps saying pretending, and I'm not even an Indian. Like, this lady, this is what's going on with these people. Like, Ethiopia is the true name of Africa. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. If y'all not African, then y'all don't call yourselves Israelites. I'm not an Israelite. We existed before then. Our mothers are older than your fathers, Bani Israel. Mothers come first. You have a patriarch religion, Bani Israel. Bani means son, son of Israel. Israel is Jacob. Our mothers are older than Jacob, Bani Israel. It's nothing, y'all. It's no escape for y'all. There's no escape. Like, you're the son of Israel. Like, it's no escape for y'all. Moors, if anything, I support that. I do support that. Moors, and there's another word for chief or God or mother. I do support that. What's the American original name before they discovered? I don't want to say your name, D word, D-A-D-D-Y, because you ain't my daddy. But I think it's always been America because it's the motherland. Say your name, D word, D-A-D-D-Y, because you ain't my daddy. But I think it's always been America because it's the motherland. That's why the wiped out. Whatever. You're still following Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and that's your father. Our mothers are older than your father, dude. Like, you don't make no sense. Like, you think our mother is younger than your father? No, like, we're older than you. Like, you start with Jacob. Like, move around. Like, stop it. Ancient Atlantis, I like that as well. I like that. Everyone comes from B-L-A-C-K. I disagree with that because no baby comes out B-L-A-C-K. No babies come out B-L-A-C-K. I believe we come from different multiple colors. Enlil is Israel. Enki is the tribes. We family. Y'all Canaanites. Yes, we are Canaanites because they are matriarch. Canaanites are matriarch. That's true. I support that. Matriarch. That's true. I support that.
You brought me up here.
Yeah, what y'all
So,
talking about? Oh,
so one thing, there are more YT and BLK just equally across America, and there's a little bit of us indigenous people. So, what does that tell you?
yeah, I didn't even really hear you. My bad.
Well, the panel heard me, so you guys have a good day and go back to your country, please. We don't want you here no more.
Hey, you is a mestizo. Be quiet and you block. Mestizo. And you block. Get on out of here. Let me block him right quick. Come on, man. Oh, hey, is that on where you at? Come on. 1 second, Solana. Oh, there we go, right there. There you go. I got him.
I'm just
Come
surprised you
here.
brought me up. I thought you didn't want to argue with a female.
Wait a minute, did you really call me
I'm gonna let
mestizo?
the
I'm not
audience.
Mexican, bro. That is so funny. You guys find out a new word every day and you guys use it. The other day I heard
How is
aboriginal.
he
For the
still up here,
whole
bro?
three,
It's
4 years
like it's
span,
now, fuck.
you guys were American Indians.
Hey, be
All of a
quiet. Oh, there
sudden,
we go. That's the
Daddy
voice we
Trump
like.
tells y'all that you guys are going to have to leave.
Get on out of here, man. Let me block you, dude. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Please let me block
Well,
this
who
dude.
do you want to hear from? Because you don't want to hear from me.
I said the audience can hear your take on anything. Talk to the audience because I'm not about to argue with you like you from the soul. Like that's not a nationality. Like I'm not about to argue with you. You don't have a nationality.
It's not about a nation. It's not a nationality. Okay, so
Oh,
Solon
okay.
again pays homage to our elders from the 60s who called themselves soul folk. It's not a nationality. It's just a name, an ethnic name. Okay? Like you do, clearly not know the difference between ethnicity, nationality, and race. Just hearing your comment.
Yeah, I do know the difference, but like I say, it's not a
No,
nationality,
because
so
you
I'm
said
not
black
I'm
isn't
not
a
interested.
thing, and like black is a race. Like,
No, it's not. It's an English word, so no, it's not. Let me say this right quick. If it was a race,
yes, and
hold
African
on, man.
American and Black American is an ethnicity. Like, you seem confused about
No,
the
it's not.
terms.
No, no, it's not. There are misnomers. Do you know what a misnomer is?
Yes, I do.
Right, those are
I mean, if you're
misclassifications.
arguing that race is a social construct, then okay, then we can have that conversation. But right now, as society knows it, it's a race.
No, it's not. I don't have to accept that. We have a freedom of expression. That's what I'm up here doing right
Okay,
now.
then you're arguing that it's a social construct. We can argue that, but I'm saying right now, per society, it's globally accepted as a race. That's what I'm saying. You can say I
No,
don't
it's
agree with
not.
that. Okay, then we can have that conversation.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna go back and forth on that because it's not a race. It's like
Then
black is
why'd
a
you pull me
color.
up here?
You're absolutely right,
Okay, well,
sir.
you can
You're
leave.
absolutely right. Black is a color.
You can leave. All right, who is that? Who said I was right? Which one?
West Sims, black is a color.
Boy, bye.
We're the only race to call ourselves a color. That's crazy to me.
White people call themselves white. Like, I
No,
don't know what you mean.
they never call themselves. They say they German. They say themselves Dutch. They don't never say white. I'm white. They don't never do that. Heck out of
They
here.
do
Right,
call
she's just
themselves
all in
white.
her feelings.
They always say which country they're from. They're
No, they
Polish.
don't.
Exactly.
They don't say I'm white.
They call themselves white. You don't
You
live
ask.
around
You
white
ask. You
people
ask.
because they for sure know they white.
No, no, no.
Yes, they do, bro. Most of these white people, not even one ethnicity. A lot of them, even if they came during Ellis
They
Island,
gonna say
are
eventually
not
where they
just
come
German,
from.
not just French, not just this, not just that. A lot of them are multiple different European ethnicities. Because when they got here, their grandma got with somebody who French and they Italian, or somebody who
All
Jewish and
right,
they
let me
whatever.
expound on that. Let me set the bar right quick because I got some new guests up here. So first of all, there was an act that was passed in law called the Naturalization Act, and this considered free white person citizenship. So they actually get white as a status our people or so-called black people, they the ones who think it's a race and a nationality. They are basically saying that they are naturalized when they say that they're white given citizenship. Like this brother said, they know where they're from. Most of these people can tell you where in Europe they come from. You people
Exactly.
are thinking the color is a race or a nationality or ethnicity. No, it's not. It's an English word, and and you existed before this word. You need to have the common sense to know who were you before this color, and most of you can't do that.
Most white people in this country do not know their ethnicity, bro. That is cap.
Exactly.
Especially the ones who were here during slavery.
Exactly.
Them saying I'm Italian don't mean they Italian. And then they go to Italy and get told you're not Italian.
America is such a melting pot that most people, when they came here, they lost their ethnical identity. They've been here so long, they just claim to be American or white.
I think it's probably like half and half, to be honest, depending where you at, because Spaniard, not the original
Spaniard?
Spaniard, the other Spaniards.
Right, right. Okay, so you guys know about the law of the land, right?
Yeah, break it down for us. The law of the land. Break it down.
I don't know that much, but I know that we're supposed to be free and we're not supposed to live by laws that they made. And he is right about the English
Yeah,
language, Freemasonry,
I
whatever they
agree.
talk,
I do
spells and
agree with that.
curses.
But guess what? What is going
What?
on with this fight? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me? Okay, so the problem with that is that's for the people. Somehow they were able to label us misnomers and they were able to classify the people as minorities. So if you
right,
don't have a nationality, they presume jurisdiction over you and give you a minor status.
right. They
Somebody
do
said
that.
it's not a misnomer. Like, let me finish. Please let me finish.
All
So
right,
most of the people who supposed to have nationalities with peace treaties, they have names like Hispanic, Latino, Black, Color, Afro, Boy, Ethiopian. Those are misnomers. You cannot go by those names and be respected by the law. A color has no standing in law, and that's what a minority is. You have to be cared for. That's why you have these laws governing you right now, because you don't have a nationality that's respected.
right, right. So as far as I know from experience, I know a guy that goes, he's Black American, whatever you want to call him. He don't claim no nationality. He just learned the Black Law Dictionary, law of the land, just like the Freemasons follow it. And once they know that you know, he beat like six. He won the court like 6 times already, going back and forth with the police, judge, and
Yeah,
everybody.
I can see that. I can see that because a lot of these are just Ponzi courts.
No
They're just,
nationalities.
you know, yeah, some people can argue and win. Sometimes they don't want to be bothered, because they themselves are de facto and they should not be running these Ponzi schemes. These Ponzi schemes is what I call it. And yeah, so you could
Right.
argue if you know a little something. Everybody get lucky every now and then, but if he know what he know, kudos to that dude. But like I said,
Well, he was
there's
locked up. He was locked up for 15 years, so he had nothing but time to study. You feel me? That's
yeah,
15
yeah,
years
yeah,
of
yeah,
knowledge.
exactly. That's a long time to get your stuff down packed. But like I say, there's
Right,
peace treaties binding that protects you. So therefore, if you're outside of that, you can't get that protection. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right,
That's
but
all.
I honestly think they're just cults, man. I don't think you need to join anything. In my opinion, I don't know. The
Yeah,
Moors, the
yeah,
Freemasons, all that, whatever you want to call it, all
yeah.
these
I don't think
nationalities.
it's. I think everybody know what they know. Whatever works for whoever, man.
Right. All right, man. Y'all have a good day. I gotta go to work.
All right.
Do we really know what
Okay.
nationality means? 'Cause it doesn't sound like we do in the conversation.
Yeah, we can
Nationality just
look it
means the
up.
nation you were born to, which is why we can be American, but you can still be like ethnically Japanese, Korean. X, Y, and Z, but you're still considered American because that's the nation you belong to. But ethnically, you'd be considered whatever you are. So I don't think we understand what nationality and ethnicity is. let's get a basis for that before we start speaking on it. If that's okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, I understand what nationality is, but one thing that's important about a nationality is it has to be recognized, especially by governing officials. So, if your nation is respected and observed by the nation that you're residing in, it's certain rights that come with that, especially in the peace treaty. So that's why I say nationality is very important. Ethnicity is one thing. You know,
Ain't
you can
nothing important. Shit ain't important.
you
Oh
say
shit.
nothing important.
You-
It ain't important.
It's important. You know. I've been around. They, you know what? My mom been schooling me on African history, just everything. You know, I'm open for it. But he told me some Abraham Lincoln, and it kind of amazed me. And you really feel that Abraham was he said that we need to be, you know, back in the days, they tried to put us on the island because the white people would never like us. And he had ancestors that was African American too. So he know he got it in him. His DNA is in him, and he saw that it was wrong. And I just believe in him now because how many years has it been, and we still fighting the same thing? Race. They gave us racists. They gave us racists. Why? Why? We
Yeah,
all mutts. That's what I'm telling everybody now. We're mutts. Just take out the race and just love
it
each other
don't
as one.
matter.
We all
Listen.
smart.
It don't matter
They
what
will
you
never
mix
like us.
with. You know where
That's
you're
it. I'm done.
born. All right,
But
okay, you're
that's
done.
by race because in America we are a bunch of mutts. So like in America, like we were talking about ethnicity, there's Jamaicans, there's Somalians, there's Nigerians, but so many of us have so many different ethnicities everywhere. It's a lot easier to just group everybody by race, especially because a lot of like I said, African Americans, we don't know exactly where we come from in Africa. So we've created our own little ethnicity, which is African Americans, such as also white people. A lot of white people lost their ethnic or didn't even claim their ethnic background anymore. So it's easier to just group them as white. That's why we go by race, because ethnicity is so it's not necessarily fickle, but either you don't know it or there's too many, or that's why we go by race, because we all are a bunch of mutts. And like someone else said earlier, we mixed too when we got here. So it's like, oh, this person could be Nigerian, Jamaican, Somalian, so that's not really an ethnicity anymore. That's like a whole new thing.
Um, so so not all African Americans come from Africa. On top of that, the original Europeans were melanated people. So when they be trying to tell us we mix, we not really mixed like they say. It's a lot, it was a lot, really melanated people back then.
Yeah, I agree to a certain degree. Let me say this right quick to the people
White
saying,
people
you
are
know,
mixed
they're
too, though.
mixed. Yeah. If you want to look at it as a color, yeah, it is what it is. But I want to look at it from a national perspective. Say, for instance, Nigerians come to America and they become nationalized or naturalized, and something happened where they break the law and they have to get deported. So basically, this is where nationality come in at when you come into someone borders. You need to have your documentation, and they're trying to teach all that by enforcing the law on undocumented immigrants. They're really teaching y'all what's going on. So they're going to send you back to your place of origin, your nation of origin, if you break the law. That's why nationality is important. And if you don't have a nationality, they're going to assume jurisdiction over you. Okay, if it's
Right.
embarrassing, just going with
Brent.
Hebrew. Your name is embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Like y'all not saying nothing. Like he talking about we come from Jerusalem.
Brent.
No, we don't. You don't speak for us, and that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Like tell us where we come from. I don't come from no Jerusalem.
Right.
I come from America. Get up out of here.
Yeah, everything started in America. So go to my
Nationality
Exactly.
is the order of the day.
Exactly.
And what's
Nationality is
going
the
on
order
with
of the day.
nationality is the order of the day. And you got to know the difference between naturalization and nationalize. It's a big difference. And I don't know who was speaking. I think it was Bren, but he was absolutely right. You know, when you naturalize and then they come and gaff you up is a reason, you know. But you got to know the difference between the two. Naturalization and nationalizing. It's two different things.
Yeah, I think that's why also like they don't even joke about deporting Black Americans, right? We see Nigerians, Jamaicans, Haitians getting deported, but no Black American has been mistaken yet.
Well, the thing is, people just, I mean, especially I mean, these people talking about Africans and so pretending all of this stuff. None of them speaking law, and you have to know law here in America, as aware, you know, as opposed to other places. You still have to know the laws there as well, but you need to know the law here. I'm gonna tell you something. History and law goes together. You can't have either one of them without the other. You have to know law. And what's going on with us as so-called black people, we're running around unlawfully, you know, not really attached or to any nation. You know, you're running around as nationless, godless people. That's what you're doing
Right.
when you're calling yourself black. You know, you're
Right.
nationless and you're godless people. And that's why they can come and say, well, these people don't have no nation. They don't belong to nothing. They're godless. We're going to give them a name. We're going to attach them to us and we're going to take control over them. And that's what's going on.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what's going on. And you need to teach your people that, because that's the problem. So let me help you a little bit. So you got these people running around who don't know who they are, like the young lady just admitted. And that's no excuse. She can think that's an excuse, but it's not. So you got a whole body of people who has to govern for her because she don't know who she is. So they have to assume jurisdiction over her and her people who think they're colors,
Right.
which is it's insulting, by the way, because with all this research out here, she should have had it together by now. They got to waste their resources taking care of her. So by law, they're going to deem her a second class citizen and her people. So, like y'all need to get it together and understand how to do civics and how to, how to really govern and facilitate and administer. It's levels to this, and if you on a lower level, that's how you're gonna be treated until you rise up and really learn how to be yourself. You see what I'm saying?
It's it's a beautiful thing, brother. Yep. And that's why I try to, well, I mean, in this on this traveling this road, being on this road, you separate yourself from a lot of people, your loved ones, your friends, and everything. And I promise you, each and every one of you, if you study law and learn, you don't have to be a lawyer or anything like that. But if you study the basics of equity and trust and things of that nature, your life will change tremendously. I mean, it's a lot of people out there spewing out stuff, and a lot of times when they tell you like ignorance of the law is no excuse, and I tell the police the same thing. If you don't trust me, they don't even know the law. They only go through training for 6 months, and they throw them out there on the streets. You think they know damn law? No, they don't. So it's
Right.
definitely no excuse for them when you tell them the law. If you are, I mean, a lot of people like, oh, you a lawyer? No, fool, I study law. You know, it ain't about being a lawyer, but I'm studying what affects me the most, what affects my people the most. You know, and most of us end up in some kind of court system, whether it's due from traveling or whatever, tickets, whatever it might be. That's what affects us the most, because when they dictate, commerce, meaning they cut your way of most people need a license or something. They need a license for what? To go and work or whatever. So when they can control that, they're controlling your finances. So they can tell you whether or not you're going to make money or not. But you don't need none of that. You know, that's the thing. People, oh, you don't need a license. No, you don't need one. And I can prove it for a fact. I have seven cases all on record without an attorney that I beat myself. These people are not going to tell you, you know, what's going on and how you need to do these things. But if you study law and immerse yourself into that, man, you're going to feel much better because now you know that they're just not going to come up to you and violate your rights. And a lot of our people, oh, I got rights, I got rights, I got rights. Yeah, you have rights, but really you don't have no rights if you don't know how to stand on them. If you don't know how to protect your rights and, you know, stand on them, you really don't have rights, even though you do. But you need to know how to stand on your rights and protect them. That's when it
Right.
comes in effect, when you know how to protect them.
Okay. Hold up 1 second. I want to hear something from Wardon Gamzee. You know, you was in the chat saying let you up. What you
Yeah,
add or
appreciate it.
or disagree
Yeah,
with?
so nah, I agree. Like African Americans are not African. So like I'm gonna give it like an antidote. So like I'm in my job, right? Like I work as a software engineer, and like I don't know how the conversation started, but like this girl was like, "Oh, so you should join this African group because you're African." And I was like, "Hold on now, like how you gonna just assume what I am? You know, like my family." Like, of course, yeah, I got a little bit of African in me because I'm black, but like my family isn't from there. I was born in America, and my parents weren't even from Africa. Neither were my grandparents. You know, so I say that to say that the reason that they call all black people African Americans is really just because it's rooted in racism. Because I mean, you could look at history and the whole 1900s, from 1900 to 2000, right? And you could see that majority of that time, which is what America is based off, that is the system that America is based off today. You can see how they still look at and treat us even now, you know, and even today, like you could see this pop up, like they're like saying DEI, like if you guys heard like the plane crashes and stuff, they're trying to blame it on DEI. They're trying to blame a lot of stuff on DEI and inadvertently hiddenly they were really trying to say, oh, we shouldn't have been hiring all these minorities and African Americans, even though black people in general, you know, anyone that has melanin in their skin make up like less than 5% of the workforce, you know, because they literally try and keep us out of those positions, even if we're qualified or overqualified. Point is that it's just the term. Like you could, how many white people say, oh, I'm actually from Ireland or I'm actually from so and such. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to say that it's really just a blanket term. People can be. I'm not saying that. I don't even know where that came up from though. Um, so yeah, black people can be racist. I'm just responding to the comment. But anywho's, um, my point though is that it's just a blanket term to put us all in a box under their microscope and they're going to
Right.
group us all together and you know whatever stereotype that they don't like about black people they're just going to immediately the moment they see any melanin in our skin they're going to put a stamp on us, you know what I'm saying? And so what I'm trying to say.
Let me piggyback on that, bro. You right. And what I wanted to say is this is this system, and this is the reason why you know I want to I'm gonna say racist, but this is the reason why a lot of so-called Black Americans cannot explain a lot of things of being. But this is the reason why a lot of so-called Black Americans cannot explain a lot of things of being indigenous. We can use a lot of their history, but a lot of history has been hidden. A lot of history has been suppressed. And you don't think these same people that we're, you know, using their books and everything else, you don't think that they suppressed a lot of things. It's a proven fact that the Smithsonian itself has suppressed things, you know, as far as artifacts of what's really going on. It's a proven fact. They've, suppressed these things. So
Right.
that's why it becomes kind of difficult for a lot of people to explain, you know, who they are or where they come from or
No,
who's
totally.
the real people here and things of that nature. And as far as races, you have to have some kind of control to be racist, like in a system,
Exactly.
systematically, you have to have control. So people can be prejudiced, but there's only really like one racist people and they control. Then this is why I'm saying that they control it. They can control who gets this or who don't gets this. They can control who, go to school or are able to go to these schools. That's called racism when you have that type of control, you know. But if you don't have that control, what you're doing is just talking like I can say foul things out of my mouth. That doesn't mean I'm racist. That just mean I'm saying foul things because I don't have that type of control. In order for me to be racist, I need to have that control where I can control the power of a people.
Right. What
Whether
you're
they
describing, I
gonna
would say, is
rise up or
prejudice.
not.
No, exactly. No, I
Right.
agree.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
I
you
agree
go.
with
Yeah,
what
I
you
can
just
be
said.
prejudiced. Right.
Wait, hold up. You said something in the
Exactly.
beginning though. I was gonna answer to or like ask a question to, but fuck, I forgot, man. My bad. Shit.
Yeah, I try to talk because a lot of times I forget what I'm. It's just I try to get things out
Oh, no,
before
no,
I
no.
forget.
I
But
got it
yeah.
now. So you're speaking on like knowledge and the lack of knowledge. So like there's a Bible verse, right?
Hmm.
Like our people is destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So
Right, and it's mhm.
man,
Very true. That's true, man. That's true. You can use these things. I mean, people are destroyed simply for lack of knowledge. And that's why I said for the people, man, if you learn law, your life will change. If you learn equity, if you learn trust, these are the things that's going to change your life, your children's life, and everything else. And this is what's going to keep them above water. All of this other stuff, this mumbo jumbo, who's who, who's that, is just talk. But this world that we live in, it's about law. Whether it's universal law or whether it's dealing with systematic laws, it's all about laws. And these are the things that keep us pretty much drowning. Lack of knowledge, not knowing the law, you know?
yeah, I agree
And
for
I,
sure.
I, I promise you, know the law. And people laugh at this stuff and they want to make mockery of it. But, and of
Nah,
course, some of these people are saying things that are, like a lot of people get caught. You see a lot of these YouTubers where these people are getting pulled over, and no, that's not how it goes, man. Once you get into the law, you don't have to even go that route. I have a couple of cases where something happened to me traveling. I never even showed up to court, but it was the paperwork that I presented to them, and I actually have that on my Facebook. To show people that this stuff is real.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Share
never
your
showed up to
Facebook
court.
too, just in case people want to get into that. I got some other guests up here. Let me get some combo up out of them right quick. I don't want them just hanging around. We
Yes,
got
sir. Go ahead, sir.
Jake and
I'm you.
Aju up here. Jake was first. What's going on? What you see or don't see?
How you doing today, you guys?
Looking
Hey,
good, man.
I just have one thing. Like, I hear a lot of feelings, but if you look at archaeology and the actual facts, there's only one place we find human fossils and old human tools, and that's Africa. And until you can find a fossil outside of Africa, everything you have is just feelings.
Okay, I'm gonna address you right quick. Let me address you right quick. So, I really don't like when y'all bring up DNA and fossils, because I really study this. I do this. First of all, the fossils in Africa is a primate, and humans can be classified as primates, but technically they aren't. So,
What's a
the
primate?
it's a how could we put this? It's a I want to say a orangutan or monkey, something like that, a lesser developed creature. And it's Homo sapien is actually it's a monkey mixed with a human. Actually, you can go and look it up. So and they're actually younger than Homo erectus, and they're younger than Neanderthal. So the people with the most prevalent amount of Neanderthal DNA are East Asians and Australoids, right? So Neanderthal DNA still exists. Even Europeans still obtain some measurements of Neanderthal. And we also have um, the human species, and we have hominids and hominin. So there's different species, and like I say, Neanderthal is older than Homo sapien. They're actually tricking y'all because Homo sapiens are mixed with primates. So they're basically saying that y'all are slash baboons, and y'all are not picking up on that. And that's why I
No,
don't
no,
want y'all
no,
bringing that up
sapien.
unless y'all know what they're doing.
You know, all people are Homo sapiens regardless of race, right?
Yeah, that's not true. Some people have
It's true.
Neanderthal DNA. That's why I just said that.
We're
And some
still all
people are
Homo
not
And
Homo
Dennis
sapiens.
sapien.
Sullivan. And Dennis Sullivan.
Right, and Denisovan. Thank who said that? Who said that?
That
Yeah,
was me.
they're
Doug
both
the Shepherd.
extinct,
Yeah,
and
thank you, brother.
only Homo sapiens are left, bro. They're both extinct.
I don't think you understand what we just said.
I
There's
don't think
people
you
that
understand
have
what you just said,
Denisovan DNA or genetic makeup, and there's people with Neanderthal still existing, man.
bro. A
This is why I
primate.
say Jake is stuck in 1980. He's still using these sciences that already been disproven, bro. Like the out of Africa theory is broken apart, bro.
Right.
So
Do you
That's
not
okay,
realize
ADHD.
debunk it.
that?
What you
And
got is
I'm
feelings, bro.
I'm
Those
about
are
to pull
called
something up for you. I
feelings.
got you.
No,
All you
no,
got
no.
is
We're
feelings,
serious, Jake. We're really
and you don't
serious.
even know what a primate is, bro. You
Okay, let
just
me
sounded so uneducated with that response you just got. Anybody with an
look it up.
education is laughing at you in the comments. You know that,
Okay.
right?
That's cool. They can laugh all they want. Don't take my
You
feelings as
don't
hurt.
even know what a primate is, and you don't think people are Homo sapiens regardless of race.
I don't think so because I don't trust their science. I got to
You
research for
know what they
myself.
call them? Feelings, bro. You ain't got no
Yeah,
evidence. You got
whatever.
feelings, bro.
Whatever.
You're a joke. You're out here making yourself look so dumb on the internet.
Get on out of here, man. See you
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Good luck.
Get the hell out of here. Trying to talk about me. Get your butt up out of here.
Can I say
All I
something?
gotta say is to the people: try looking up what a triaglodite
A
is,
troglodyte.
and you'll see. Yeah, troglodyte,
I
and
got
you'll see.
Iju.
You
We
know,
got Iju up here. Let Iju go in right quick. Man, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, Agu, what's going on, man?
Oh, okay. All right. I apologize for not having the picture up there. And I've been listening to the conversation. Some I agree with, some lack of knowledge, so I can't comment on it. But that in reference to your title, African
You
Americans
niggas are fucking shameful. You niggas should be ashamed of your fucking selves. This is bull.
African Americans uh, are not Africans. I've done some research, and for lack of a better term, black people have been all every continent on this globe they existed. And I say this to say, if you have melanated skin and you follow your ancestry back, it will take you back to Africa.
No, it
Africans were
won't.
on this continent
No,
here,
it
North
won't.
America.
Yeah, go ahead and finish
Yeah,
up, man. I
yeah.
appreciate
A-
you, man. But
a-
no, it won't. So let me break this down to you. I'm not gonna let you just go ahead and say what I know is not true. First of all, you mentioned something melanated. That's not a scientific term that's acceptable because everybody has melanin. Everything has melanin, even plants. So you're not saying anything. You have to
okay.
specify what type of melanin, and you didn't do that. For
Okay.
that very reason, I know you don't know what you're talking about. Also, America has the oldest rock formations on Earth, and America has the oldest trees on Earth. America has
America
the
is the first
oldest,
land to come out of the water.
right?
Yeah, like I don't think you guys are understanding, bro. All the freshwater, the most freshwater resources are in North America. That is like very substantial for life, bro. Africa does not have that. On top of that, most of the vegetation comes from North America anyway. Like this place has way more better suited climates for a group of our people, right? But
Right.
you guys keep holding on to this southern ape theory like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
On top of that, this is the last thing I gotta say, right? All most of y'all animals that y'all know in Africa, they migrated from America. The lion comes from the American lion. We know the elephant comes from the woolly mammoth. The cheetah in Africa comes from the American cheetah. Like it's a lot of things y'all gotta look into, man.
Right. The cheetah come from the jaguar, you mean?
Yeah, my bad, Jaguar.
Yeah, yeah, I support that. And basically, we populated Africa after the Ice Age, and with the people and the plants and the animals. And there's actually a migration story for the Canaanites, the Hamites, I mean, and the Cushites. There's a real migration story of people migrating into Africa. So that kind of debunks that people are from Africa, and I can get y'all sources for that. And a lot of people that say America first, you're correct. I challenge people up here who think I'm not telling the truth. Go and research. America has the oldest rock bed. Once you research that, it'll something will click in your brain. Like if America has the oldest rock, that means they had the first lands, right? And guess what? We have over 300, we have almost 300,000 freshwater rivers. 300,000. Just think about how much fresh water we got and trees. And like I say, we have the oldest to date trees right now. We have one tree that's like 5,000 years old. We got another tree like 4,000 years old, California redwoods. But anyway, we have something on the West Coast Pacific Island called the Ring of Fire. A lot of people don't know about that. And the Ring of Fire creates new islands every day. They create new land masses every day. And people can't fathom that. Just look up the Ring of Fire. It's the largest volcano chain in the world. The largest. And every day the natives in the Pacific Islands, they go searching for new islands to claim the land, right? So people don't even know that new islands are formed every day right here on the west coast of the Americas. So they create out of Africa to throw you off because it's a bit of a wasteland. It's horrific. It's very hot and inhospitable. So they want to throw you off from that. So you won't look to Papua New Guinea, West Papua, Hawaii, Samoa, Tahiti, California, Peru. You won't look towards Antarctica where all the wealth is at, so they can claim the wealth by themselves. They want you looking over in Africa where it's not much, right? They want you to think it's much, but look how those people living. How do they have much when the way they're living? You see what I'm saying? So they don't want you looking over here where everything grows in abundance by the season. It renews by the season. So if you knew that, you would be prospecting and you would be winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they want to do, distract us and tell us something. And man knows nothing about being told. You got to get out here and know for yourself through experience instead of listening to them. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we got to wake up because I know what's going on in America. And I'm gonna say this one more thing. And somebody says we look more Polynesian than African. Exactly. And we live on the Western Hemisphere, and they live in the Western Hemisphere. Those are our people, and those are who the Olmecs come from. But I want y'all to go and look up the oldest rock formations on the planet is in America, in Minnesota. They have something called a rock bed or a geological rock bed, and the oldest water sites as well in America. If people don't even know this, gotta quickly debunk this out of Africa, which has already been debunked. If y'all knew what that specimen, that fossil that they found in Ethiopia, Lucy, if y'all know what that encompassed, you wouldn't claim that because that's not a human. That's not a okay, humans are supposed to have something called the God gene. I think it's M2M, something like that. I can't really think of the SMP, but I know it's something like that, M2M something. And humans have something called the God gene, and they are prone to to acknowledging the spiritual deity or divinity. So this species that y'all claiming don't even have the God gene. They're trying to devalue you, and this is what they do when they can tell you who you are, and you believe them just because they says it come from Africa. Now you believe it's true. That's not true. They're throwing you off the trail. They're throwing you off the trail so you can follow a rabbit hole that's gonna lead to nowhere. Yeah, Dimples, you want to say something?
Yes, peace, peace. Yeah, I just want to say that. Well, actually, I just got on, following these lives this last year. But the thing is, I don't understand how these people, well, I do. Why they want to believe, everything that was written that was lies from the YT. And the reason is because they put us down, the lowest people. And now we're standing up, which we always have and always been, fighting for our rights. But, now, we're really coming up now because we'll find documentations. Like I was saying before, they didn't teach us all this in school. They taught us what they wanted us to know. They wanted, and even these other people around the world, they also wanted them, to look down on us as well because they know who we really are. And now it's coming out, but these people don't want to believe it because they was always, above us, and they can't deal with the fact that we always been somebody. You know what I'm saying? We always had a what they would say a nationality or a culture and all that stupid stuff that they be saying. It don't make no sense to me. And then they want to tell people who you are. Oh, you from Africa. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me nothing. Do you pay any of my bills? Do you help me with anything? I'd be like, oh my God, these people are crazy.
Even if they pay me at a job, I don't give a fuck. You don't know who I am. So
That's what
I
I'm
agree with you,
saying. It's
Dimple. Like,
ridiculous. I was like, I'm a straight up person and I ain't got no reason to lie. What I say, what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't hiding nothing. It is what it is. And a lot of them on there, they talk all that stuff on there, but they would never say it to your face because they already know how we get down.
so I,
You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking nothing from nobody. I know
Let
I'm
me
not.
tell you something.
I just want to add one thing.
Sister, they,
Oh, go ahead, King. I'll add something after you.
yeah, yeah, they ain't never been above us. We always
No,
been controlling all of this stuff.
yes.
So what I want to say is this: that, um, like even slavery, came from us. But what they did do is they took it and then they took it to another level.
Yeah.
You see, so the same people that look like us enslaved us, but what
Mm-hmm.
the white T did was
Mm-hmm.
take it to a different level that's out of this world that shouldn't have been done.
Perverted
Pretty
level.
much. Right, exactly. So that's what happened there. I mean, they haven't everything under the sun comes from the original people,
Yes.
And like I said, it's people like us. This is how you know we're original, because no matter where you go on this earth, you're gonna find people that look like us.
Right. And want
You
to
see?
be us, to be honest. They don't want to admit it, but they do know who we are. And,
Well, yeah, the only way they got control again is through by way of force.
yeah.
Duress, threats, and through the GUN. you
Mm-hmm.
know
Right.
through through the GUN is where they got the how to take over everything. And like I said, they perverted, like the brother said, they just perverted everything and they took it to another level, you know
Mm-hmm.
and we allow that to get out of control. And thinking about it, somewhere or another, I mean, we see them as they're in control, but I mean, this is my own thoughts. We see them like they're in control, but I still see that, like, the people that look like us, are still in control, you know, unbeknownst to us in the back scene, controlling
Yeah.
everything.
I
And this is
agree.
where you can look at the
There
Black
you
Pope
go.
and everything.
I definitely
Go ahead,
agree
brother.
with you. We in control culturally. We have something called cultural currency. We just got a bunch of leeches that know
Mm-hmm.
how to capitalize. And
Mm-hmm.
let me make a correction right quick.
Okay.
The dude who was arguing with me about Homo sapiens being
Jake,
primates,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote Jake. I'm assuming he's Caucasian, but Jake
right,
was the one
Jake?
who did it. Go ahead, my brother.
Let me make this correction. Watch this, y'all, because he's trying to convince us that we're Homo sapien, and I'm finna read it to y'all and prove y'all we're not. It says yes, Homo
I know that.
sapiens or modern humans, modern are primates. They are part of the great ape subgroup of primates. They're literally calling these people great apes, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I mean, and that's a known fact, but they don't want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, they want, oh, we from Africa, but like you say, and it's the motherland, and it make a lot of sense. Motherland, we got to send food over there to the motherland because you cannot grow it over there like we grow it here. So how is that the motherland? How was you able to survive before we was able to, send food over there?
Now, let me say this.
I just want.
So,
Go ahead.
America was known as the land of the gods, plural.
Right, the
Yep.
milk and honey,
The
all
land
that.
of
I
the
want y'all to,
gods.
right. I want to, and the piggyback off of that. Think about this. Now they call Africa, you say the motherland, but they actually call it the cradle of civilization. So
Okay.
think of
Yep.
that as we as humans, when you look at a cradle and you see a baby in there,
Mm-hmm.
that's the cradle.
Mm-hmm.
But
Exactly.
the baby came from somewhere else.
Right.
You see? So if you can
Okay.
think about that, this is in my mind, in thinking about how America is the first landmass to rise up out of the waters, which is a fact.
Yes.
Um, and then they want to go with the theory of how we have the same, looks and stuff like that
No.
over in Africa.
No.
Well,
Well, some.
they what they do is they compare us to them in Africa. And why are not they comparing the Africa to us over here? Because it's a fact. If we are if we the first landmass out of the water, then why couldn't the people start here? And it's a fact that we were shipped out,
Right.
out of America during slavery time. Not just them coming
Mm-hmm.
over here, but it was the original peoples that were shipped out of America to other
Mm-hmm.
places as well. And
Marcus
that's why you can find some of us over there.
Marcus Garvey, and they said he didn't never go, but he was taking people over there, and that's why I was like, right now they are saying, "Oh, come over here, we give you land." I'm not going over there. I have not lost anything over there. I have no identity with those people. Why would I want to leave here and then y'all getting what is it? They give them lotteries and all kinds of stuff, and they break their neck to get here. So why would I
Well,
want to
that's
go
a
over there?
and they'll kick you out whenever they like one of the presidents or heads over there are kicking America's out right now because of what Trump's doing. He's like, you got to go.
Sure,
Hmm.
they
You
need a
know,
fool to stay. I'm sorry, but that's just
they
not.
kicking them out. Whether you got a certain amount of time, like within a week's time, you got to go. Like because of what Trump's doing, he's like black, white, whatever. You got to get out of here. Meaning you don't belong there. And
Well,
if they can do that to you, then you don't belong there. How
they
can
know.
someone kick
They
you
know
out of
the
your
truth.
own land?
They know the truth. Those people
Right.
know the truth. They just going. They agents. Is what I'm saying. They still trying to convince us we from there, and then when you
No.
don't agree with it, then they want to start talking down about you. Oh, you're on welfare. You ain't got, all this
Exactly. Hey,
old
Dimples, you
narrative
was on it.
shit.
You was
Right.
on it, man. They go real low when we don't want to agree. But I
Right.
want y'all to go back into the Tuskegee Airmen days and when we
Mm-hmm.
had airports and
Mm-hmm.
our own transportation. So
Yes.
once we get back to that, I want y'all to think about this because we are religious. I don't care what nobody said. We do get a little religious and we get to praying in circles or whatever.
Yes.
Listen, we need to religiously never forget what these people tried to do to us. We
Right.
need to hold a grudge against these people and get ready to do these people because they're really trying to erase us from history and take us
Yes.
off one of the richest
Yes.
lands on earth. This is
Yes.
an act
Yeah.
of WAR.
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
never need to forget what these people just tried to do to us, and that includes them people over there in Africa.
Hey, who's preaching right now, bro? What?
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, hey, hey. Let me interrupt. Can I interject for just a
Yeah,
moment?
go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm an elder here, and I'm not. This is the first time I've done this before. I'm
I am
64.
too.
Okay, great. Well, I'm 64 years old. I've claimed my nationality. I'm just gonna say you. I'm gonna say young people, and y'all may be my age or older. However, I'm really amazed at you guys. Keep the fight up because I have another brother of mine. He's claimed his nationality,
Okay.
but he's almost like this is what made me jump in. He's so tired of over here. He's trying to move to Africa, and
Wow.
that's the thing about it. I'm like, I
Wow.
don't really want to do that. I'm you,
Me neither.
dude. This is my land. This is Turtle Island. Which is like you guys said. I'm learning something here. I've learned a lot in my last 10 years. You
See that
guys said,
person? You're not
yeah,
from here. I'm sorry, but
yeah,
it's ridiculous. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
That's
It's
okay.
stupid.
Well,
It's stupid.
That's
the
okay.
big
So
trick is to fool you to make you think from you came from somewhere else. Now you can't claim your land here.
Right.
exactly.
You
Oh,
see?
Right.
oh, oh, oh. Let me say this too. Jake from State Farm, the Caucasian guy. I just know he's Caucasian because he had Jake up there and he was
I thought
arguing
he was
with you guys.
black.
Well, he may have been, but I mean, he's trying to. But he okay. If he's black, if he's a Moor, he's an agent. So here's the deal.
Oh, you talking about the? Well, I'm thinking about the
Oh
one,
no, no,
the
I'm talking about
real
the
one from
no, no, no.
State
I'm talking about the
Farm. Go ahead.
Caucasian guy that came on that was arguing with the
Oh,
brother
okay.
who's saying
Okay.
that we're monkey. We're all homo. No, we're not.
Oh, he know the truth too.
Yeah, and here's the
No,
thing. This is what I
he's the orangutan.
exact. Here's what I this is where I shut the Caucasian down. They don't even argue with me. They actually treat me like a god
I'm
when I
not gonna
start
get nobody
talking.
no proof. I'm
No,
sorry.
this
Again.
this is what I tell them. I said, look at your guy Charles Darwin. I got kicked out of class when I was studying Charles Darwin because I was a Christian at the time. I didn't comprehend, but I knew enough to know that I didn't come from a monkey. And so I asked my teacher, I said, hey, Miss Ashcraft, what is this? She said, well, this is Darwin theory. He's so and so and so. He's teaching us how to, he's telling us where the theory where we came from. I said, well, Miss Ashcraft, I said, if that's the case, I should be seeing your daughter change from. I wasn't being funny. I just said I should see your daughter changing from a monkey to a human being. And the class laughed and she kicked me out. But here's my point I'm making. Charles Darwin is talking about them. They have the Neanderthal, the RA factor,
Exactly.
the rhesus monkey. They even have tails that have to be
Right.
surgically removed. So they're the ones. That's why Jake and you have agents. That's why Jake
That's
came
why
on
he
here.
mad. He had
Yeah,
attitude.
that's why. Thank you. That's why I put in the text, and I said, I got to get over here. I ain't gonna just text. I got to get over and talk.
Yeah.
That's why he got pissed off because you're telling the truth.
Look,
Yep. He know.
right. Let me piggyback on that. You
Yes, sir.
guys,
Go ahead.
it's
Go
a
ahead.
movie. It's a movie called what is it called? The Island of Dr. Monroe.
Okay.
And
Facts.
this it's an older movie and it explains these and this is what the brother is saying that like when they're talking about that they're actually talking about themselves. They're not talking about us.
Yes.
They want to try to put us in that boat, but no, we're not all in that same boat. And that's why most YT people they can't really argue with us. I don't, even
No.
with the little knowledge we might
No.
have,
There you go.
it's
They
impossible.
can't argue.
Nope. They
Right.
know the
It's
truth.
impossible for them to sit in a room and debate or argue with us.
Hey.
Their history.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. That's why they won't put you. That's why they won't put Ataj Tariq Bey. That's why they won't put any of the people with half intelligence in any civil conversation
Exactly.
because you'll shut it down. And what I really want
Exactly.
to give you guys is your props. Somebody said, I don't know who said it. If you don't understand law, trust law, common law, you're out. You're just lost.
Yep.
You need to.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what
said.
runs it.
Yeah.
We're the ones who set this stuff up
Yep.
And
over
this is how
years.
you hand down generational wealth,
There
people.
you
I
go.
promise, I swear to
Yes.
you, I've been in this stuff for a long time, and it's truly about law, trust, and equity.
Yes, sir.
Learn those things, and you will find yourself in a greater place, and you will find yourself being able to put your family, your loved ones, and your friends in a greater and beautiful place. Trust me.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm writing your screen name there because I just got on. I was just scrolling along and I said, "Whoa, wait a minute! This is pretty interesting."
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, man, it's about like learning those things, and again, and like I said, I think it's a lot of things going on, and they're trying to stop it as much as they can because the Great Awakening is happening,
Yes.
Yes.
is taking place.
Yes.
People are just waking up with just daily and trying to they yearn for this knowledge that's out there. And like this is a beautiful thing, this forum, because I mean it's a lot of people that's listening and what they want to learn. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's no sense to come in here and be vulgar or whatever. I mean, whether you right or wrong,
Mhm.
this is a place to learn. So you can take what people say, whether they're right or wrong, and you go and research it.
There you go.
That's what you need to do. You have your ears and eyes wide open, and you listen. Whatever these people are saying on these platforms, you take it and you go and research. Research, research, research.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you're going to gain knowledge, by the research, not just by taking what someone says and taking it and run with it, because we done that as younger people. We took what our parents said to us and ran with it, and just have, they took us to church and we have no proof of nothing. We just,
Right.
I asked my mother, like, Mom, you want me to believe in this, but you really can't explain it? Why would you want me to believe in that?
Well,
So yeah,
yeah,
you question everything. I tell my children, question me.
yeah.
I don't care what I say, you question it, you know?
Yeah, I learned that a long time ago. I was bussed out of school back in the late 60s, 70s, and to white tea school. So they was teaching about the evolution, and I went home. I was like, Mom, I'm so excited. And she went off on me. We ain't come from no apes.
Yeah.
She was, I was like, they never taught her that when she was in school.
Yeah,
This is all
exactly.
some, they've been trying to, what's the word I'm thinking about? Blindside us for years, for centuries.
Mhm.
They
Right.
always come up with something like when they do wake up, when they do try to come back and empower, they always do something to bring them down. We had the mask, had them locked up. All these guys back in the 90 and 80. I worked in the North Carolina prison. They, at one time it was mostly all white tea up in there. You could barely see a white tea up in there now.
Mhm.
They got them all locked up because they want to get them off the street, break up the family. It's all systematic, but nobody want. They know it, but they don't. They don't care because they want to keep us down or try to keep us down so they can come above. And that's all that is. Because we rule the world. We do. They follow us. Everything that we do, our swag, music, everything. You know. I'm like, what I'm saying, next month, the end of next month, I'll be 62 years old. But I always, knew that, well, my mom instilled that in me, that these people are lying to you. You can't believe everything with what they tell you. You are somebody and you walk with your head up high. And so that's how I handle myself, and that's how we all should. We need to let these young ones know. You know what I'm saying? Because they got them thinking they ain't nobody, they thugs, they
Yeah.
on drugs and all this. And it's not true. They put all those drugs and stuff out there to try to keep you down. That's how they brought down the Black Panthers. You
Yeah.
know,
Hey, sister,
Well, this
sister.
is the
Oh,
thing. As you get older, I mean, it's never too late, and you never stop learning. And
right,
and
true.
that's what I know on my journey, is that
Mm-hmm.
I never stop learning, and
Yep.
I'm always searching too.
hey,
Yes.
hey, gang.
So
Let me just, and I want to piggyback on that. I didn't learn this information about who I truly was and about Christianity. And I tell people how I claim my nationality. I'm gonna tell everybody on this platform, I'm a Moor. I claim my nationality, and you can agree or disagree, but
I don't care
what I'm
about
trying,
that. You a good person. That's what matters. I don't
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
a more
there you
too.
go. Well, here's why I say that. We
we
just
all
said,
Moors.
yeah, right. There you go. What I just said is because that's the only standing we have in law. We
okay.
can't go around saying Jake from State Farm, the guy that was there trying to change our mind, is white. He's not white. He's a Caucasian. He's a Caucasoid. That's what I call him.
Yep,
He's
yep.
Caucasian. We're Moors. So we come from Al Marak, which actually is a landmass here. I mean, we've been here since Pangea, when both the lands were together. Like y'all said, this land came out of the water first, right? Exactly. So I didn't learn this information until I was in my late 50s. So I implore you all, I'll applaud you all that you guys are, ladies and gentlemen, y'all on the right path. You never, when you stop learning, like they told me in the corporate world, you're dead and dying. You're green and growing. You're always learning. So, and one thing that Pharrell said, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pause, yield the floor in a moment. Pharrell, I don't know where he got the phrase from in his rap song. He says the truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. That's where I got. When I learned all this stuff out in the guide of Christianity, and it pissed me off, man. But I had to
Wow.
learn, man. I mean, I was mad, dude. I mean, because I'm like, I've been bamboozled. Both my
Yep.
parents were doctors, and they didn't have a fourth of this information that I got now. They're dead and
Bro,
gone now, but But here, what I'm trying to tell y'all, this is super important because you guys have,
It is.
yeah, you guys has hit the chakra of me to get on this. This is the first platform I've been on. I've never been on a platform. I've
Is
always commented and left. So I'm just
is
giving you
very
all your
important.
props. We got to do something. So and you made me realize this was the first land come out of the water. I'm gonna research that, and then my partners, my homeboy, he's trying to leave the land. I knew something wasn't wrong. Something's wrong with that. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants.
Well,
But
I found out the same way, bro. That like I was so upset when I learned the truth about things. And let me tell you guys something. And I'm gonna promise you this too. Once you find out the truth in things, ain't no going back. I don't
no,
care how you try
Nope.
to
no.
fake the
Nope.
funk.
Nope.
Ain't no
Hey,
going
Chief, I
back. You
tried,
can
man.
fake the funk all
No,
you want to, but there's no going back.
I tried to go
So
back. Hey, what?
it
And
ain't no going back. I
here,
promise you that.
here's a quote, and I'm paraphrasing. Noble Drew Ali said, I'm just paraphrasing. He said, "Half the truth, the whole truth has not been told. If I tell you all the truth, you will go back to sleep." And brother, I'm finding out some truth now. And I'm like, damn, I want to go back to sleep, but you can't.
Nope.
You can't. It's
You
Nope.
can't.
impossible, bro.
Nope.
It's impossible. So what
Yes.
I'm saying is the same thing that you said is like when I found out these things, bro, I was so upset and my parents were like, "Why you so angry?" Why? I'm like, "Well, damn, like I didn't live this life.
Lie.
I really lived a lie."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're
I
living a
lived
lie.
half of my life already as a lie,
Yeah.
and I'm just
Yeah.
finding out these things, and I kind of got upset at them too because I was
Yes.
like, well, if you took the time, I mean, as my parents, you should want me to know things. You should want me to know the truth, and we got to realize this too, and I realized this when I was talking to them. When you have parents as a young person, you're actually watching your parents grow up.
Yep.
You see.
Mhm.
So that's what you got to realize. As young people, as children or whatever, you're watching your parents grow up.
Yep.
So it's a lot of things that we miss, and like we get it from other family members as well. Like when I was coming up, I'm here in California. It's like calling someone black was calling them like a bad word.
Yes.
You
Back in the
would get
day.
jacked
Yep.
up. So they knew who we were. Some didn't know how to explain it, but we lost our ways along the way. You see, and they got us further from
Yeah,
that
I like that picture.
as
That's great.
time went on. They got us further from knowing who we are, knowing thyself. They got us further away from that, and that's why we ended up in this predicament, this mess. But
I
that's why I said you have to take the time to research things, look up stuff, and a lot of stuff has and have been suppressed,
yes.
especially through these scientists and Smithsonian and
Yes.
places like that, bro. They know the truth, but they keeping stuff away from us as a
Yep.
people because think about this. What would happen if they put really the truth out? You got these Africans talking about where the bones at, where the man, come on, bro.
Hey,
Wake the
Yeah.
hey,
hell up.
hey,
You
hey,
you
let me take,
you
okay.
know they've
Oh,
been
yeah, yeah,
hiding
yeah.
stuff.
This is what I wanted to, this is why I jumped on. I wish I was already on when that brother got on here. You're in Khalifa. You're in California, which is Queen Khalifa. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas. We have what we call the Toltec mounds. There are mounds everywhere, right? We have a
Mhm.
mounds out here in England, Arkansas.
Right.
They
Mounds
dug,
out here, right.
yes, they dug. Okay, these Caucasian archaeologists years ago. I used to didn't even go because I was like, I ain't studying that stuff. But now that I'm older, I do. They
Mhm.
dug up one of those mounds. There was pottery, bones, all kinds of artifacts. Guess how old they were? Not 5,000, not 3,000, not 6,000, which is over there in Egypta, which is Egypt. It was 12,000 or more years old.
Yeah. It
That tells you,
definitely
come on,
was.
man.
And they
That's
start
why
There's
they
saying,
there's
don't
evidence
travel in
everywhere.
Africa,
He
bro.
brought up
Because
something I was going. Oh, go ahead.
Go
if
ahead.
you think if you think you from Africa, you don't care about them mounds. That's the Jedi mind trick.
That's
You see
it.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, America's
Mm.
got blood. What you was saying?
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with him because, like me, I'm one of them children. Like I'm from North New Jersey, but my
Oh,
mom and my dad, they had some money. So, far as educational wise, I had a different perspective on things and what I was shown. Like I grew up in museums and stuff. Now I mean, visiting mounds, plantations. Like my last one I went to was the Whitney plantation down in New Orleans,
hmm.
and
while I was down there, I tried to explain to the guy. He acted like he couldn't see it, but I said to him, I said, if you read the names on the plaque right here that they say these African slaves were, I said, look at their names. So they're all Spanish. You have Native American attributes. I said, if all these names are coming out of Western Africa, I said, how come they're not in the African names for one? So he just kind of lost on me with that. But
Good
I was,
call.
but I was explaining to him that these people were already here with names, and he couldn't get that through his head. So we went into the museum, and they had a picture of this black guy on this boat. I forget the name, but he was supposedly been the one who had brought them over there. And I said, well, if you look at this guy, he's black. I said, but he's only a worker. And I explained to him that you got these guys like Cortez and them. They came over with laborers, like people who wanted to work. They weren't slaves. So them interpreters, linguists and all, linguistic Africans that was mediating terms between like French, British, Germans, and said Indians,
Hmm.
right?
Gotcha. I mean, listen.
So how is that? So I was explaining to him, a lot of things like how he brought out the mounds.
Yeah, I ate some breakfast.
What's in the mounds? A lot of them things that's in the mounds literally belong to us.
Yes.
Like without a shadow of a doubt, they turned a lot of those mounds into golf courses,
Yep.
built airports off of them, put shopping centers over them. Like it was a whole strategic plan to cover up who we were necessarily and
And
how
not
great a history we had.
Here's
So
another thing
right.
I'd like to interject. When we call ourselves black, the so-called president Barack Hussein Obama, who claimed his nationality, because you cannot run. And by the way, this is a corporation. This whole landmass. It's not a country. It's not America. Is not a country. It's a corporation. So when
No,
Obama
no,
got on
not America, bro. The United States.
United States.
United
There you go. There you
States,
go. There you go. My bad. My bad. My bad. You're right. The U.S.
Two
of United
different
States.
things.
There you go. There you go. Thanks for the correction. So when Barack Obama went on the morning show, Tom Joyner said, "Hey, we got our first black president." So they were trying to say Bill Clinton was the first black president, even though he's a Caucasian, but because he kind of acts like it. But nevertheless, um, Obama corrected him right at the gate. He says, "I'm not black." He says, "Black has no standing in law." And I was like, "Damn, that flew over their heads. They didn't get it." So
right?
you have to claim your nationality, and a lot of people don't like it. And I have to claim. And this is as a elder, as I always tell people, we have to clean up our language. We have to clean it up. I know people don't like saying it, and I know we're Moors. Like I think I just heard one of you guys say, everything has melanin, so you can't say melanated people, because even the Caucasian has melanin. Otherwise, he'd have skin cancer. He'd die. They don't have as much.
Yeah, you got to
So
watch what you say with some words on here. I know this your first
Yeah,
time up here, but be
yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I got you. I
Check
got you.
this out though with the Moors thing because we already know it's synonymous to the word majority, and
Majority,
that's why a
right?
lot of people are classified as minorities. And just think about back in the '60s and '70s when everybody was busy partying or whatever in the '80s, and they weren't versed in law and civics and governing and administration. So that's why a lot of our people, when they hear this type of information, they go in one ear and out the other because
Right.
you can't feel new skin, old skin with new wine, that metaphor or whatever. And they're not, they don't understand that when we dealing with let's just say the legal concept of the government, USA government, international law, and how they use words versus social constructs and everyday lingo.
There
See,
you
our
go.
people are used to using lingo. Oh, I'm a black, I'm a color, and then you got international law that says diplomacy. See, they don't even understand what the word diplomacy means. So this is why a lot of persons are classified as minorities because a real fully functioning government that does things on a diplomatic level ain't gonna deal with somebody that can't read and write. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
There
So
you go.
this is
right.
the
There you go.
penalty of not, being semi-illiterate. You may can read, but you don't understand the words. That's a penalty, and people that's gonna degrade you to a second-class citizenship. Even if
Mm,
this is your land, you're not good enough for the job. They got to go and hire a foreigner to do the job for you because you can't read and write. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
a, yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Well said.
Let,
Well
let me let
said.
me let, let me tell you guys something on that. What he just said about you got to know. I mean, do you guys know there's a difference between person and people?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
did.
so in saying that, this is what you have to stop becoming is a person. So in all of their writings, most they created this fictitious thing called the person. Even in the
Hmm.
Constitution, it tells you the person, or in their laws, it tells you the person shall do this, the person shall do this. Anytime they make up laws, right? Because they're talking about this created person that they created, you
Right.
know. So that's why in even reading this stuff you have to be very conscious of like what you're reading and knowing the difference when they say person as opposed to people. When you take the position of a person, that's their created fictitious entity
Exactly.
that they created, and now you're being responsible for something they created which they have the power over.
Yep.
They don't have the power over the people you
Mm.
know
That's
so
deep
so
because
it
Hey, you know what's
let's go
funny
back.
though?
Look,
Hey, let me back that up real quick. Real quick. We the people. We wrote that constitution. We helped them with that.
that's
I mean,
what
the
I'm
we
government
the
already
saying.
formed.
Right.
But when they switch it on you and start saying person,
Yeah.
this is where you don't get the big switch.
Correct.
Yeah.
You see?
Here's another fact I need you all to research. They rewrote the original constitution. That's why we were under the republic. Now we're under
Right.
democracy. So yeah,
Right.
there you
A
go.
lot of
Yeah,
people
we
don't
know that
follow
we
that.
know that we're aware of the organic constitution.
Exactly.
This is a right, and the one we're under right now is the de
Inorganic.
facto.
Yep. De facto. There you go.
Yeah, de
Um,
Yeah.
facto.
I
That's
just
how
want to say,
We in the
intelligent.
facto state government.
I just want to say thank you to the host for letting me come up, and I will definitely be following you. And I'm still learning. I kind of got knowledge.
Always been so.
Yeah, I got knowledge of self back in I'll say the 1970s, where what kind of opened up my eyes to different things in the world. With the 5%, I know that's another story. But anyway, again, thank you, and I'm gonna go back down in the comments.
All right, salute,
Yeah, never
appreciate
stop
it.
learning. That's what I want to tell the people. Never stop learning. And like I said, keep your ears and eyes wide open. Like even your foe, which is your enemy, can teach you what to do or what not to do. So you can always listen to what people say, but you just take that and you research it. Whether they right or wrong, they're gonna tell you what to do or what not to do.
I think that's definitely the biggest thing that we need to take away because, like, us as a people, like, I'm not even really talking about the prompt now because I honestly think, like, it's kind of irrelevant in the sense that we all know who, like, you can look at a person and be like, oh, they're Indian or whatever, or, oh, they have some descent because of their, whatever. And I don't want to say black or African, but I guess for lack of a better word, let's just say that. But, I think we need to figure out now, like, how to progress in the future and not have such infighting. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, from my perspective, they're trying to bring back any glass ceiling, any glass wall they can to keep us under and to keep us away from the wealth. Keeping us uneducated, having us in fighting with each other, having black women against black men, stuff like that. Breaking up the family home and etc.
Nah, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. It's mainly to keep us from recognizing that this our house.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like
Because
if we
once we realize this our house, hey, a lot of people got to go home, and they
Just
don't
look where
There
want
we
to
you
go
Well,
go.
come
home.
that
from. We come from starting the Republican Party after the Confiscation Acts to being wards of the state. Look how
Right.
Right,
far we come.
hmm
And
right.
we wrote the Constitution. So that's how
We
intelligent our people knew to call themselves people, not parcel or persons.
we were born Republicans back in the day.
Yeah,
Yup.
man.
Well,
Like
hey,
that was real talk.
here's a
and that prompt is real important. The prompt right there, because it's a lot of people still asleep and thinking that they're this color, which is not really a color. Black is not a color, but that person right there is not considered black because there's no people in this world black.
exactly.
Right.
So this
Nah,
is
that
what the
should wake them
people
up
have to
right there.
realize. It's very important. It is an important thing for the people who don't know.
Exactly.
You know, and it has to be brought to their attention some sort of way, and whether it's done slightly or what have you, because you can't feed a baby steak. You got to take, chop that steak up and feed them little pieces, for them to be able to digest it.
Puree it.
So right. So this is a thing that we have to do to the people that's not knowing. We have to let them know in a way, like it's just little baby steps, because they don't know that they're not black.
Well, hey,
They,
guess what? It's in our DNA because, like I told you guys, some of the things you all are saying, I did as a child. When I was in the class, I used to recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of the Republic for which. And I used to ask my dad. We were Democrats back. I said, Dad, why is a Republican in there? He says, I don't know, son. It's just that's what. And come to find out, hey, the whole structure was Republic. Not now, and they just they turned it from organic to
You see
inorganic.
how you brought up language earlier?
Yes.
Now, I like my dad and them taught me how to do this because all his brothers and them they Masons. But he said when you go and watch TV and watch the news and stuff, you pay attention to the flags, to the pendants that they wearing. He said,
Yep.
"Oh, that's language right there."
Yep.
So I hit a cat in the head one day. This is a while, like long back. I said, "Why would Barack be speaking with the Moroccan flag behind him? Why would
Exactly.
Hillary Clinton be up there, Bill Clinton, and the Moroccan flag behind them?" And I explained a lot of things, and I said, "Well, this black people think we from America." And these cats be like, "What you mean?" And I explained to him. I said, "Why would you find Sacagawea on a coin, right? And then you go through a little bit more coins, you find a black Moorish, Moroccan, Moorish Empire down South Carolina with the fez and the crescent flag and everything."
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. I said, "How was that a slave?" Oh, and I try to explain to them that they do little secret little things with everything we use that you don't know that's connected to you, like the names of cars. Like Toyota is the name of a god. You get where I'm coming from? Suzuki,
Wow. I just learned that.
Pathfinder,
Wow.
Navajo, Cherokee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is done
Right.
Yo,
slightly,
yo.
even with
Slightly with a lot of our things attributed in them.
Wow.
Sequoia. And you'd be like,
Yeah. I
huh?
knew about Sequoia.
Right.
Y'all,
You
we
see
is
what I'm
Hebrew
saying?
Israelites, y'all. We are Hebrew Israelites.
what
So,
do you think about
We are Hebrew
when they
Israelites.
take our lineage as far as like when we ruled in 7-Eleven? Where do you think you got the supermarket from?
correct.
You know, this
That's
is
what it
they
was.
throw
Did you
stuff.
not hear me, folks?
It's just you have to be conscious to pick up on these things, and this
Yes.
is what I'm saying. Most
We
of our
come from
people are still
Jerusalem.
unconscious. You
Before
know,
European invasion, New Orleans and Mexico were basically our supermarkets over here, big supermarkets. A lot
bro,
of
we had
trade things going through. Like go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, we had the civilization. We had government established. We had
Yeah.
buildings. Buildings are still standing today. You think the people that came over here with freaking horses and buggies were able to build this stuff up in
Right.
100 years? Come on, bro.
Hey,
Man,
We already
take
had
time.
these
like the world,
buildings.
like the
A
World's
lot of them
Fair.
they couldn't. A lot of them they couldn't destroy. They were so well built and immaculate. They didn't have the power to even destroy it. These people didn't have knowledge of nothing, bro.
Right.
Man,
So when they came over here and seen government set up and all, it was already here. And what I want to tell you guys also is that
Bro, we are Shemites, y'all. I don't know who can hear me, bro.
Yeah,
But
we can hear you. So, what make you think that we are, Shemites and
all
Hebrew
right.
Israelites? Where do
All
you?
right,
When did
look.
you learn this? Hold on, 1 second. When did you learn this, and why do you think us people in America are that?
Cause look, the only other people, look, you got Japheth's people, right? It says, by these were the isles of the Gentiles after they was talking about all of Japheth's people. And then they go to Ham and they say you got Ham, Cush, and Cush is African and you got Hamites is the
But they're
Africans.
all
But when you
related, though, right?
wait, wait,
Ain't
wait,
they
wait, wait,
all
wait, wait,
related?
wait, 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 wait. But when you talk about Shemites, you don't got no like we like that's us. We don't know who we are. Like that's in the middle. That's the first
All
child.
right, I got you. I got
That's
you.
the first. Look, that's the first child, right? So when you talk about Hamites and you talk about Japhites, you know who Japhites are. Those are Gentiles. When you talk about Hamites, you know those are the Africans. Now I got a homie, right? He said he's West African. I told him, I was like, bro, you're a Hamite, right? He was like, nah, bro, I'm not a Hamite because I'm not East African. I'm West African, and it all has to do with facial structures, and it has to do with
Can I say something?
ethnicity. Yeah, yeah.
Can I
Go ahead,
say
bro. Go
something?
ahead. Go ahead, bro.
See, that right there used to have me when I was young. And when you read the Bible, it tell you that they were triplets.
Right.
Well,
So,
they also had
you
wives though.
know,
They also had wives. Remember that. So like the
Listen, let
people.
me ask the question for him.
All right, go ahead.
Are
Go
they
ahead. Go ahead.
or are they not related, man?
Who? Yeah, they all.
Shem,
Yes, they all are
Shem,
related. Yes,
Japheth,
yes,
and Ham.
yes. They are sons of Noah. They all are one. Yes.
They're all brothers, so what's the big deal? They're brothers.
right?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we all come from. Everybody in this world come from one of them three. That's all I'm saying.
Not
And the Shem,
everybody.
everybody. So where they come from? After the so before the big so after the flood, who else did they take on the boat other than Noah and his sons and his wife
Some
and his son's wives?
some genes survive too.
No, how did they survive in the great
You got
flood?
aquatic creatures and everything. Like check this
Well,
out. Check this out. In the Bible, right?
right.
Old boy Cain slew Abel, right?
Right.
It was nobody else on the planet, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah, it was nobody.
Correct.
Yeah,
It was
right,
supposedly right because
right,
Cain
and
went to the
God,
land of Nod and he knew his wife.
right,
Exactly.
right. But
So who
God,
were
but
them
God,
people?
right. But wait,
Could I
God
could I
hated His
could I tell
creation.
y'all?
God hated His creation so
Could
much
I
that
tell
He
y'all
killed
who it is?
everybody.
Oh
So
man.
See,
after
it
He
was
killed
eight
everybody, they
survivors.
were gone. So it was only Noah and his
It was
people
only
to do anything at that point because everybody else was dead. Am I wrong?
That
Am I right?
it
It,
was it was only eight
Walter, what you say?
survivors.
right. It was only eight
It's only
survivors.
eight
Eight
survivors.
survivors. Thank you. It was only eight
So so
survivors.
so 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 when eight survivors, that means from that point on, the population began to
Yes, it's he told.
rise because
Yeah, he told eight. He told no. I mean, he told
because
them
when
that they
you
will multiply exceedingly.
yes, but what the thing is, they come from the Indian, the Hindu Krishna. They call Krishna. They a mixed breed of German, European,
That's Japheth. That's Japheth.
us. You see what I'm saying? So once that happened, those people became how should I put it? I think something like the Persian, like remember you ever seen spotters, 300 spotters?
Nah, I
Go
haven't
back,
seen it.
go back. Okay, go back and look at that movie, and you will
Spartans,
see
yeah.
yeah, you will see your concept because we can't forget that these movies are telling us the truth. So you
Yep.
got to be able to shift out the facts.
Right.
I just wanted to tell y'all brothers that. So y'all on the right track. It's just you gotta start back where everything began,
Yeah, that's
and
what I was trying
then
to
where
go to. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Honestly, from my perspective, y'all kind of saying the same thing because I do agree with Hebrew, and I'll give more perspective because I know he follows Jesus, and I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Regardless, though, how do we move forward as a group? Because we all are saying kind of the same thing. Like,
because
because
we know.
I
I'm
just feel
finna
like we
tell you.
should we
Look,
should my bad. I got you. But we should separate religion and Jesus. Like those are two different things. Like when you say about religion,
yes,
when you
Well,
talk
I
about
agree.
wait,
I
when you talk
agree.
about
My
religion,
father,
you're talking about following like a deity or
slave.
like
You talking about
yeah. But when you
slave.
like a
talk about
You
doctrine.
Jesus,
talking
it's
slave
about
on?
everybody. It's about everybody. When you
A,
talk about Jesus, he's not
a
only just
He's
talking
man
about
named
one certain
Jesus
person,
never walked this earth.
huh?
All right, you're
see
not
he's
gonna go
in
there.
he's
A man named
see
Jesus never walked this earth.
no, and
Correct.
you're
It
right,
was
brother.
Buddha,
Because
Guatemala.
Jesus
but
did
see
walk
he
this earth.
has
What are you
that's
talking about?
but see he said he has many names because there's many race. So
Yeah,
you got
no,
to understand
he
it's
got
the
I
same.
am,
It's
he has
the
Jehovah, he has
yeah,
Jesus, he has that's what he mean by different names. He's not talking about like different
but
races. Like the different languages came from Tower of Babel. Y'all know that, right? The
but
different
see the
languages.
race is the but see the race is gonna go with your spirit. You see, if I talk Chinese, I'm gonna go pray to Buddha. You
Well,
see,
yeah, but
so
that's just the
so
manhood of everything. Like that's just the
yeah,
man's brain. When you
but
want to
if
talk
you
about
understand,
real life, that's God.
okay, okay, but see if you
When you
understand
talking spiritually,
the
when you call on
yeah,
something spiritually, especially a
spiritually,
name, you're
yes,
summoning that thing
you
that you're
servicing
talking about. You
Correct.
just that name.
your inner
So if that
self.
wasn't his name, then what are you summoning?
Yeah, so that's why the Chinese
Well,
don't have religion. They're spiritual. They're chi. They're
Let me
yin and
explain it
yang.
to you.
I'm gonna
Well, if I
See,
explain.
what
Look,
if I
hold
told
on,
you that the
wait. Let me
Chinese
explain
God
it
is
to you.
Jesus?
Nah,
All right,
wait.
all
Let me
right, all
explain it
right.
to you. You see how they use voodoo, hoodoo, like
yeah,
entertainment purposes is only TikTok,
yeah,
but they
Yeah,
still use Saint Martin, Saint
yeah.
Germain,
See,
Saint John, and the look of them, right? You see the look of them, right? But see,
entertainment purposes.
it's entertainment purposes is only TikTok,
Right. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
mainly the
Right.
energy
Anything
that the
after
person
anything.
produce and the thought. You know what I'm saying? What you
Yes,
putting out.
yes.
So that's how.
Cause you
Right.
manifest who you are. You manifest everything on this planet. Cause we are living in a simulator where
okay.
I said this before. I said it before. When you lay down at night, you're not asleep. You're just in a state of hypnosis. The rest. You see what I'm saying? So you're only gonna sleep when you pass on to the next life. You see, that body is laid to rest. You see, so when you're laying down at night, you're not asleep. Your spirit rises up.
Now
And
you
if
see
it's
what
you
you saying
negative,
right there, right? You know what sleep
yeah. And if you
paralysis is?
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
it's going
sleep
to the other realm.
paralysis. Yeah, I got sleep
It's
So what
going
you're
to you
saying
paralysis.
is
going
is
you
the
going to
body is
your
just resting. The
yes,
mind
it's
never
earth.
rests.
Well, it's
Your
not
body
your
is
mind. It's
earth.
proof that you got a
See,
soul.
Well,
yeah, it's
yeah.
A
proof
lot of
that
us ain't
you
got
see,
no soul.
and see that's your temple. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's not called a building. Is
Wait,
called
wait,
a
wait,
building.
wait.
Is
You said a lot of us ain't got no soul. I think it's
no,
just
it's
some certain people don't have a soul.
I
no,
think
Nah,
no,
certain
brother.
it's
people
a,
killed them.
No,
that
Others are natural.
look. That's how exorcisms start when they get inside your vehicle.
yes,
You
yeah.
can
And
have
when
a
you go
vehicle.
back,
Right.
when you go back, and you see when the Pope just opened up the fifth door for entertainment purposes only, that is spirit
Hey, oh yeah,
was
yeah,
being
yeah. Would you just talking about the
being
Pope?
held. Yeah, see
Hey,
that spirit
yeah,
was
hey,
being
look.
held, but
All right, so if I could, what if I told you like the Pope is like you like it has a lot to do with the end of the world, like the abomination of
yeah,
desolation. Have y'all heard about that? Have y'all heard who the
yeah,
abomination of desolation
yeah,
is? So,
yeah.
so
Because
y'all know the prophecy that Jesus told his disciples on the Mount of Olives about the abomination of desolation. To see, like when we see him sitting in the third temple in Jerusalem, it's the end is near, right? Y'all heard that or y'all never
yep,
heard that?
that's the sign. It's called the signs.
Yeah, sign. Yeah, yeah.
Only his people was if you a believer, okay, look at it like this. We all one spirit, but we're separated spiritually. You see? So once we stay on our higher self, then we come intact with our higher spirit. But now you
Yeah.
stay on your lower self, now you up under slander, thief, crooks, con artists. You see what I'm saying? You up under that, so you always
Yeah,
want to wake up in the day. I hate to say morning because when you say morning, you really mourning like you
Exactly.
mourning for someone passed. You
Right.
see, so once you understand the etymology of how to live, then our life will be better because we got tricked. Different cultures, and especially over here in America, the way we supposed to actually talk and understand each other because that's why he destroyed Babel. See, because
yeah, because
he was trying to
we was
ride.
trying to beat him, right? We was trying to see, we was trying to
Yeah,
uncover
yeah,
the nakedness, and that's
yeah,
why we have different languages now. But I got one question for
yeah.
you. Okay, how y'all feel about us being the real Hebrew Israelites, the Negroes or the Black Americans, not the Ethiopians or the Egyptians or the people that got their name or the people that that know they from the Irish and the Germans. Like, what about us, like the
Yeah.
Negroes or the people that came on
And
ships
some and
and
see
from
and
Well, you
see,
got the Ben Ishmael tribe.
yeah,
I
and
don't
you
know if
got
y'all know
forget
about
about
them.
Yeah,
Ephraim. You
I
can't
know,
forget,
yeah, I know them. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah, Ephraim
And
because Ephraim is the so-called Middle Easterns. You see,
yeah,
which is they are part of the tribe of Judah. Well, no, the so-called Americans are the tribe of Judah, and
right.
they is from the tribe of Israel. So all of us are from one tribe, but it's the tribe of Israel. And see,
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
them people.
Right.
That's why them people over there they fight. They doing what they doing now because they know that's the
They not
land.
the
That's
right
their
people.
land.
But look,
Yes, and
over
so
there in Israel, that's not they land. Those are the Edomites. Those are not in Israel right
yeah,
now. They are the Edomites. They are
yeah.
not the Israelites. They are wrong. That's the
That's
wrong.
who.
That's us. That's literally
Oh,
us.
And
I,
that's who.
We are
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
that's
and that's
M.
Israelites.
who hit.
Ori. That's M.
Yeah, and
Ori. They
see,
came out the
and if you,
mountains.
yeah, no, if you
That's them
go back
Yeah,
Emorite.
the
and
Edomites were in it.
if
Right.
you
Yeah. Amorite
if you
and the
go back
Edomites.
and
Hold on.
if you go back and read the book of Hitler, World War III, he telling you in that book. He say for the so-called dark skinned people are the jewels, and the
Yes,
people who's
yes.
over there in that land now are not. So
Are
what he
not
Yeah,
right.
did was,
look,
you see,
look,
Hey,
he
Hitler
old
welcomed
boy even
welcomed black
said
people in the
old
U.S.,
boy
man.
said he even would have ruled the world if you would have had us on his side.
Literally,
Exactly.
yeah,
literally.
He
The
and
said
president of
that
and
in
Jerusalem
his
Take the
literally.
book.
stovepipes
Yeah,
out of the
And he
war.
wasn't talking about
yeah,
no Africans neither,
No.
and
because
yeah,
see,
because
yeah.
he
About
praised
us.
Jesse Jackson when not Jesse
What up,
Jackson,
Jesse
Jesse
Owens?
Owens. When
Yes.
Yup.
Jesse Owens had
but
questioned him, he
Hey,
was like, "Yo,
hey,
like
yeah, and
we
see,
y'all
need
and
gonna
they
need
this
to
right here."
create a platform
and
or
it get
something, bro.
yeah, and
Cause
it get deep, because our people are suffering due to the drugs and stuff in our community and
Ain't
everything
gonna lie,
because
ain't gonna lie. Look. Our people are suffering because the lack of knowledge. Literally, our
knowledge.
people are
Yeah,
Lack
but you
of
suffering
got
because of
but
the
you
knowledge.
lack of it.
but you got to understand it's not their fault. We in a
When
spiritual
they
war.
figured
So
when
true.
they figured out who grandchildren y'all was, they said, "Holy snizzle, we gotta
Yeah,
shut
And they
this
cause our
down."
already
cause our
knew
grandparents, our
it.
ancestors was the ones who
When
went against
when they
God. You
figured
know.
out, they said these the
Yeah,
great grands. They said, "Look, back in the '60s, you had them people fixing cars and TVs, and they never been in no school or nothing for it.
yeah.
Crackheads and
Because when you
stuff
go
in the
into the Egypt,
'70s
look,
fixing carburetors,
it's,
Yeah.
putting engines together. They ain't
yeah,
ever even read a book.
yeah.
Man,
But
come on,
now
because if you go,
man."
when you're
yeah,
dealing
because
with the
if
Pope, bro, this is what's going on. I mean, especially when you guys dealing with the Bible, God is the donor, which gave
yeah,
the earth, which is the asset,
Yeah, yeah,
to
for
Adam,
sure, for
which
sure.
is the
yeah, he
trustee.
told,
Okay,
and see,
and
and that
all
what
his
goes,
further
yeah,
generations. So we as adults are trustees. Our children are the beneficiary, and we got
yeah,
everything from our donors, which are the elders. But
Literally.
what happened
okay,
with the trust is this: it's a global estate trust, right?
Yep.
no,
And that global
yeah,
estate trust, you have the air jurisdiction, you have the sea jurisdiction, and
and the
you have the land
beneficiary,
jurisdiction.
you have the
So the air
beneficiary,
jurisdiction deals with the living, the dead souls, the spirits, the angels, the demons, and
and Allah,
the ideas of global in nature. Who controls that? The Pope controls that. The
Hey, the
sea
Pope is yes,
jurisdiction
bro.
deals with
Yes,
vessels,
yes,
mariners, sailors,
yes,
merchants,
bro.
creatures of the sea. This is
Literally,
international in
literally,
nature.
bro.
These
The
are
see,
controlled
we're
by the
in it,
British monarch, okay?
yeah,
And the
yeah,
land
you're right,
jurisdiction is all the resources of the land, which is the people, animals, plants, minerals,
yeah,
and
you're a
that
commodity,
are national in nature.
the Pope
And
literally gonna try to
these are
take over
yeah,
the world.
controlled
He literally
but
gonna
see,
try to
you
right
take
got
by
to
over
the
the
know
world with the
Spanish
back,
West,
king.
with the Western European Union. He gonna try to take over all the world, and it's gonna be a
nah,
one world currency, and he gonna try to take he gonna try to wipe everything out. He gonna try to make it
but
his.
see,
They're already
but
doing it
see,
that
And
way,
that's
that
but
the
was,
that's
Great
why it's
Tribulation.
important
And
to
when you
know
yeah,
see that,
law.
that's when the Great Tribulation start. The Great
yeah,
Tribulation is 3.5
it's,
years.
Well, that's why.
see, the whole
That's
thing
why they
is,
took them bells down. You know them
Yep.
bells they used to ding.
Vibration.
Well, check this out.
yeah,
Before when
except the one,
everybody was
except the
using
one,
them bells, them
they,
frequencies, let you know who it was before sundown and expose everybody.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
I
and that's how you
mean,
know. And
so
that's
you
how you know
gotta
the Pope is a
understand where I'm
demon, man.
going with that. If I'm telling
because
you they was ringing the bell
see,
across the continent simultaneously, and they like,
yeah,
yo,
you
we
can
need
hear it,
to expose the freaks. You know what I'm saying? What can't be
Right.
seen,
That makes
and
sense.
that was a real story. Not just a
but
real
see, the
story,
whole,
but that was real life. That's why they took them
yeah,
bells down.
Right.
facts,
It'll make
So
them
facts, and
malfunction.
it's one still up,
no, they got
but
a
see, you got
couple
to
still up. I'm not in doubt of
yeah,
that. But we
yeah,
not
some
in
still
the
up,
situation of using them no more for their purpose. It just
Right.
wasn't
because
about telling time.
we ain't being active. See, we have to be active. You have to be active. Because see, the Father set us here to set laws. You see,
Yeah,
a lot of us don't know that. We supposed to be setting laws. We don't supposed to be around here listening to music and doing all this, going
But
to the
who's the
football
creep in the
game.
shadows that was being exposed? Because that's your greatest enemy. You can't even see them.
Because it's yourself, it's your lower self.
You know, back in the
You see?
day in Europe when they used to talk about that black devil under the church, right?
No,
They
see,
got
that's just the
paintings
black
with
dot.
they got
That's just the,
paintings. They got paintings
see,
showing churches with like a
see,
black dragon under it, right?
because, we see, you got to understand those
Who
Moors.
I understand
The,
those are Moors. I really do. I understand that. But what were they
see,
doing?
See, these cats were
They
using
was they
witchcraft,
was doing
sorcery.
science. See, they would see. It's not. So you had different things that people heal. Okay, say like when they killed the 12 witches, they called them witches. They
And you
wasn't
got to
witches.
say
They was
They weren't
unalive.
witch,
like
right? Right. They weren't witches. They were
yeah,
just people
well,
that knew how to do
unalive.
math well and read
Yeah,
well and make soup
and they
and heal themselves
yeah, and
with
get you and
leaves off
heal
the ground and,
yourself. Yeah.
stuff like that. Like,
So once you start healing yourself, then it becomes a situation to them. You see? So because you're putting everything back into your body that's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? So now once you understand your body is taking in a different enzyme and you go to feeling better and living longer and living healthy, you're really conquering your enemy. You see? You see what I'm saying? Their job is to try to outlast you. But that's why they say black on black crime. And, Sun says we unaliving each other. We doing this because that's a part of the plan to keep you on a lower frequency.
Yeah,
You
and that's
see?
also the
yeah.
that's also the
So
prophecy of us forgetting our
who's
name.
doing that? Because we
That's
can't give it. We can't
It's
get a
it's
credit to
it's
the
the
YT boy because he ain't smart
nah,
enough.
it's
and it's
God.
the unseen.
He's the one who told us this.
It's our punishment. It's your
It's our
punishment.
right. It's our
It's
Man,
punishment
your
because we disobey God. Literally,
you
all the times.
disobeying. So
Look. All the times he
go
saved.
ahead,
I mean,
brother.
the times he said the one time he saved us out of Egypt, right? He saved the Israelites out of Egypt, right? It was so many times throughout the wilderness that they was going through with Moses that they was like
Yeah,
they was I forget the
disobeyed,
word. Wait,
disobeyed.
not
They were
wait, not
dis
disobeying, not disobeying, but they was like blaspheming the Lord, like saying like, oh,
serving.
he
Yeah,
wouldn't
they were
bring us
serving
here
other
to kill us
gods.
here.
They were
Yeah, they
serving
was
See,
other gods and not
yeah,
giving
and they
thanks
was
to
but
which
they
you
God.
they was
check this out.
which
Check
was
this out. Hear
which
me
was
out.
what's happening now. Look, you
You know how
serving
they
other
talk
gods
about
now.
Adam and
You
Eve?
serving other gods now. You serving
yeah,
other
but
You know
gods
how
in
they
they
your
wanted
life.
talk
to go
about
back
Adam
to
and
Egypt
Eve, though,
though.
right?
That's the
Right.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Hey, can I just say
So
one
the
thing real quick
serpent at
though?
the tree, right? Right. The serpent, right?
Right, right.
It
All
was
the
never a
serpent
serpent.
did. Nah,
It was
but
never a serpent.
so I boom. It was never a serpent. It was the Nagas. So how does the
Yeah,
Nagas fit into that story? That's amazing.
The who?
We
Say one more
already
time.
because
Say one
know
more
the
time.
Nagas is real, so they giving us a
when he,
story
I'm
of
finna
the
tell you how
Nagas
it started.
telling us about another group of people.
Right.
Like,
When you
yo,
go to
like,
when you go
well,
to the
not us,
Quran,
but
brother,
telling them. My
you
bad.
will find out when you go to the Quran and the father talking to Satan himself, right? He say, well, he say, Father, how you gonna put clay over me? And you created me first. So that
Oh
point,
boy,
Satan, he got jealous. So when he got jealous, the father said, well, if you can get them to follow you, man, then you can have them because you ain't gonna be able to follow the ones I chose. So he gave the Satan, because it's you got the devil, the dragon, you got like five entities that try to get you off of your destiny. And so he said, if you can find any man, you gonna follow you, then you can have him. He's not of mine. So he said, and it's in the Quran. He said, well, Father, I'm not finna bow down to no man. Period. He said, well, you're gonna have to because I created them in my own image.
Literally.
You see?
Right.
So now it's a metaphor. Now it's etymology. Now you gotta cipher out, okay, all right, it's like this then. Okay, so I ain't gonna do that no more. So now once you discover your lower self, you cursing everything that's slander. So you don't even see that. You come out the door, you smiling at, hey, what's up, brother? Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, I love you too, bro. Right here, keep moving. So you defeating him just by being righteous. You see? But some of us ain't gonna know that until they get told this. They'll follow their own way
Yeah.
of spiritual, and it ain't like that because once you come together, you're gonna understand everything that the Father wants you to know. Once you get the right person, it's up to you to access that, keep that thought in your head to say, okay, yeah, I heard that 2 times. Let me go and research that. Boom, oh yeah, all right, boom, boom, okay, yeah, I know not to do that no more. Because once you know doing wrong, then the sins is on you.
all
Because
you
man
need to
gonna be
understand
judged.
is that the Bible is pretty much Star Wars. I'll tell you that
It's
right
it's a
now.
The
it's
Bible is
it's a it's a it's
it's
a
the history book that matters.
It's our
One,
book. It's
yeah,
our
yeah, it's literally
it's
information.
basic.
yeah,
It's
literally.
our
It's
history
basic.
on the
It's
planet.
basic. It's scratches before leaving Earth.
because
He
Yeah,
said,
see,
and he
basic
said,
if you
instructions.
and
don't,
he
We
said
learn.
it's very common sense. It's common sense when you look at it. And
yeah,
everything about it is common sense. It's just like people want to make
even
it like twist it
yeah,
and make it complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like the Big
and
Bang, or
see,
oh no, we weren't created by coming out the dirt. It was made. The Big Bang had like it's just they want to complicate it and they want
yeah,
to make a
see,
reason for it happen. You know?
But in the
but see, it,
Apocrypha, it say Adam and Eve and they went into two caves, one with a red light and one with a green light. And then they came out male and female. So that's a technology situation dealing with the Apocrypha. I don't know if y'all
but see,
read the
that's
Apocrypha, the
one.
story of
Yeah,
Adam and Eve, but I
Yeah,
definitely
I
read
heard
the
yeah,
about
book.
I
that.
read it. That's why they
Yeah.
took it out. See, that's why they took it out. That's why.
They
See,
Exactly.
said they went into two caves, one that had a red light glowing and one that had a green light glowing. And whoever wanted to go in the red light, they went in there, they came out whatever, and they went in the green light and say it in the Apocrypha. I kid you not.
All right.
So
and that's one of the reasons why they took it out because those lights mean something. You
Yeah.
see, so
And,
now you will go back and you will research. Okay, what those lights mean?
well, it doesn't fit
Oh,
their
okay, yeah,
narrative.
this light,
Hey, Walter,
this light
it
mean
doesn't.
that.
Walter, it also doesn't fit their narrative. And here's to the brother that's talking about the Hebrew Israelite. So it doesn't fit their narrative because scientifically, all the eggs are female. So there were females here first, and then the males came after.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever a child is born,
Yep.
it's born a female. The female has all the eggs in her fallopian.
Fertility.
Yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
when
The
we
fertility.
right, so then the when that happened, it was male and female. Now we spark life, but before
Yep.
that, the female could give birth without a male, but they all came out female.
Because she was an angel. 'Cause remember, you got to
Hallelujah.
understand, her name was Lily. God brought her down first to mate with Adam, but she refused to lay on her back. You see, and when she refused that, she disobeyed God. So she asked the Father to raise her up, and I think this in the it's in the book of the book of the dead. And
Yes.
he raised her back up, and when he raised her back up, that's when the entity, the angel who made the music, the beautiful music, the angel who was beautiful than them all, right? He got her. That's the so-called devil's wife, and he cast them down with those angels down on earth, and that's when you begin to get the spirits of the demons contradicting men because now man is in there with Eve, created from Adam, right? So when he created, the Father breathed breath into Adam's body, but put him to sleep to take a rib out to make one man. You
Mm.
see, and so once he did that, now the temptation come because we ate from that tree, which is not a treat. It was nothing but us having consensual, uh, uh, I hate to say, sexual contact with each other. That's the 6 9. You see,
Yeah.
which we didn't ever supposed to have to taste that fruit because we don't supposed to consume in blood substance. You see, so a lot of people will say, "Well, this is apple." No, it's the blood. You don't supposed to have no blood sacrifices or none of that. You don't supposed to do none of that. You know what I mean? Due to the fact of you become what that person, even if you have sensual sex with somebody that ran with that demon to rub off on you. You
Right.
see? And then
Yeah,
that's
there's
why the
some
father
truth to
said, well, hey,
that,
look,
bro. There's some hell of a truth to that.
yeah, and
Blood consumption.
yeah. And so
That's where the
so
real
you
curse
have to be,
comes from.
that's what I was
yeah, and
talking
that's where
about,
the
sleep
curse
paralysis.
that's where the curse start, bro. And that's where the demon he get in. Once
You
he
know,
get in
all
there, you
these
already
all
know.
these exorcisms, a lot of them exorcisms they talking about is real. Like no, those are no
Yeah.
joke. But those is due to the fact that a spirit can enter your body because your
And let
vehicle, you could roll with a vehicle, but you might not got that light. Let me put it like that.
That's why he said keep your temper pure. You
Right.
see,
Right.
that's why he say don't go outside of your nation and try to do that because now I'm not racist or anything like that. It's just that when we was having this civil right thing back in our ancestors and our grandmother them time, it was supposed to be separated, but you got to understand they had to make money. So then that's when it kind of converged into, hey, yo, look, we all got to come together, but come together as in spirit, not come together as in a sexual
Yeah.
situation. You see what I'm saying? Because now you creating gods within gods. You see? So if I go and I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite, you know, and I go and
And do
it's
something with
nothing wrong
a
with being,
Hamite, you know,
yeah, and mix,
it mix
yeah,
up, you
You
then
know.
know
it's
what I
not going
think?
to, yeah, it's not going to
I
mix.
think we should take that word spirit sometime and just replace it with energy. Cause I grew up in
Well,
the
yeah,
church too, right along with a mosque, right? And I tell you one thing in church, when people get the Holy Ghost, right?
that energy come.
Right? It's a
Hmm.
whole
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah, yeah.
You can feel it.
Right?
You
Right?
can
That
feel it.
energy,
You
they
can
be
feel
in
it.
there jumping. You be wanting to
Yeah, you
jump
can feel
too.
it.
Like,
You can
oh,
feel it, boy. I'm
like
telling
so.
you, it's
But what
serious.
I'm pointing out is how we draw that energy out and direct it, and them ancestors start flowing through us.
And we can do that too
Right?
by meditating. We gotta meditate together. You gotta get to reach out to know your fellow brother. If you see
Yeah.
him down, lift him up. You feel me? And then you'll
Holy
see
Ghost.
eventually. You'll see eventually. Us as men, we have pride, which is a sin. You see, and we're gonna have that because we was taught to the point where, hey, you got to be better than this man. You see, and that been bedded in us when at the same time we already better than each other. You see what I'm saying? So two heads, you can move mountains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One man can't change the world. It take
Well,
more
that's
than,
why
you
they
know what I'm
needed to
saying?
break us up because we had us
Yep.
personally over here. We had the concept of ants. If you
Yep.
ever seen how
Yep.
ants work and know how
Yes.
ants work, if they need to build the bridge, they gonna build the bridge out of themselves, yo.
Yeah,
Right?
they gonna build
If
that
they
bridge.
need
Yeah.
food and like if they need to break down a Dorito, yo, they gonna
They
bring the
gonna break
whole
it down.
tribe out, get that
Yeah.
Dorito
They
up
gonna
out
break
of
it
there,
down.
bruh.
No cap.
Yep.
So my
Yep.
So
question dealing with the Holy Ghost is this: like, why is it only like I believe in the Holy Ghost,
Hmm.
but the
Yeah.
stuff I have, even as a kid, when I used to look up and see these people so-called get the Holy Ghost and start jumping around,
Nah, but that
flopping
look, that's
around like
fake.
a fish.
That's fake. Or like that, I can say
Right,
that
right,
about
right.
Sunday
That
churches. The Sunday
let me
church, that's what
finish.
they do.
Right,
Sunday churches. My bad, my bad. Go ahead, bro. I was gonna
right,
say that. Go ahead.
exactly. So my thing is this: why is it only they get it in church and nowhere else?
Because it was
Because the
in my
church.
opinion, I feel like the
Go ahead.
church was trying to bring people in or try to convince people like, oh, this is, I feel like even in church they got the picture of white Jesus on in front of the church before you walk in. They do a lot of things that they say not to do in the
right.
Bible.
Yeah.
They're
Rituals.
keeping a Sabbath that's not the Sabbath. The Sabbath is today. Today is the day you're supposed to be going to church. Tomorrow
See,
is
see
worshiping the
the
sun.
church.
Exactly.
See
I'm gonna
the
I,
give you
I
see
an
the
Worshiping
vision.
the
example
sun god.
about that church Holy Ghost thing. You know how you
Cause
get
see
the
church
what it
was a
chills?
is.
creation to keep
Wait. You know how
us.
you get the chills
Yeah.
sometime? Like woo,
Suppress.
right? Right? You get the
Yeah,
chills,
because see,
right?
Yeah, but people
Well,
be yeah,
What
but
You
chills
gotta
where?
they
understand.
say that
Is
souls
it?
from your own blood passing through you right then and there, right?
Yeah,
They
When you
because
might
get
see,
the
walk through
chills.
I'm
you
gonna tell
like
you.
boom, you get the chills,
It,
like woo, like oh
Right.
shit, like what
I
the
was
hell?
reading.
Hmm.
In
I was
church,
reading
it's
the
the
Bible.
same situation, but it's
What it
all that.
was.
Oh, go ahead, man. My bad. My bad.
I was reading Revelations chapter 3, right?
yeah,
And it says it talks about the seven spirits,
yeah,
which is the Elohim. You see,
7 created
so you
spirits.
are you already have the spirit of the Father. He say we in the image of Him. So if we in the image of the Father, that means the Spirit lives within us. So
yeah.
once you go into these buildings, you might have a couple of good spirits, and but you don't, you will never know unless you're conscious.
Right.
So not to bring it up, when my father just passed, right?
RP, bro.
I had to keep it tough for the siblings, because my dad, he was a soldier, he was in the army, he was in the U.S. Army, and and he was also a Black Panther in the U.S. Army, right? But if he would have got caught, boy, his butt would have been in trouble.
Yeah,
So they was in Germany. They was in Germany at this time, and so he say, "Son, I don't ever want you to come to this war." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because it's deeper than what you thought." I was young then. So now back to what I was saying when it comes to
Wow. My
us
dad
going
told
to
me the
these
same thing,
us
bro.
go
Damn.
us going into these buildings, he knew you was chosen. Your dad knew you was chosen. So
Wow.
you start going into these buildings, now the Father said you can worship him. Allah said you can worship him anywhere. You see, he didn't just go in buildings and tell and preach to people and did all that. Yahshua didn't never do that. Should I say Jesus never did that? Because some people don't know that his name is
Right.
Yahuda. You
Right.
know, so I just say the word, I just say the J word so a person to understand and get, you know,
Right,
to
right,
where I'm
right.
coming from. So once you go, because I'm a Moor, I went from a Christian to, you see what I'm saying? I had to find my way. So I found out that who I
Yeah.
truly am, I'm a Moor, right? I went to get studying in that and come to find out you don't have to be in the building to worship your spiritual father.
Yeah,
You
you don't
see?
have to go to church
Let me
to be
tap
a
onto
follower
that,
of God.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know.
Let me tap onto
But
that. Like
you
it
have to
tells you, it
fellowship,
tells you.
but you have to
No, no,
fellowship with
bro.
your brother. You see, you have to
Well,
fellowship
you
with
don't
your
have to
brother.
fellowship. Right.
You
That's
have to,
fellowship.
bro.
But what
You have to
if hold on, let me tap onto that. So when you read the Bible and it tells you in the Bible specifically, God tells you you
Hmm.
won't find him in buildings made with
Yup.
hands. That's in the Bible.
It
Yup.
tell
So
you that
when
he
people
left the throne.
right. So
He's in us.
people going to church, the church was created to suppress us.
He's
Right.
in
Okay?
No,
us.
look,
He's in
the church
us,
was created
brother.
to teach us. The church was created
The
for
temple
the
is the
preacher
body.
to the
The
preacher
The
to be
the
temple
speaking,
church
reading
is
ain't
the
the
teaching
Bible.
you
The
body.
nothing.
church, the
Look, look, look,
church
look, look,
was
look,
the
look,
church
look,
was
look,
to
look,
draw
look.
your energy. That's what the church
Look,
was
that's what I'm
for.
saying.
There
In
you go.
The church
Sunday
ain't got
churches,
nothing to do with
if you
no
notice about a
building
Sunday
you up or
church,
nothing,
they
bro.
not
The
reading their
church
Ain't
was
Bible,
got
they
nothing to
not
do
built
with
staying
his
to
in the
draw
father.
land.
your energy away, bro.
Hey, look,
The
when you
church
look
was
at
Right.
built to house that energy. That's why it don't have
Exactly.
Yeah.
a
yeah,
dome. It's flat.
but look, when you
So
look
all
at
that
Sunday
Yeah.
churches,
energy hitting off the wall, and now people getting nutty. Ooh,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
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 You
That's
know,
what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
yeah.
But
Like,
what you got
They
to
Them
don't do
realize
nothing
too is
with
that
that energy,
where's
but
the
walk away with it.
yeah,
right.
because that's
That's why
and
he
fake.
go
said
out.
God is within you,
The
bro.
Right.
God
doing,
So
is
Yeah.
within you,
check this
and
out. You ever been to a
the
YT
kingdom,
church? Nah,
the
real talk. You
kingdom
ever
of
been
God
to
is
a
where
YT
in
church
your
though?
kingdom, your head.
the church, bro. The pastor don't even in Sunday churches. The pastor don't even be open his
They
Bible, bro.
Hey, I've been to
Like,
a white tea church
nah,
and
I've
they
cause
did
been
see
not
to a
he
like that.
can't.
YT church. I've been to the Roman Catholic session that they be
See he
having.
can't.
the
I'm
pastor don't be
telling
having
you.
his Bible open. That's
So
the one thing you can notice about
so
all the Sunday
trust me.
churches. They don't have their
It's
Bible
only
open
one
and
Seriously,
they don't
people
read out the
bouncing
book.
energy off the wall that I could tell you about.
But
And
You're
that's
not
but
why
like
about
I
to
also
tell
said,
me
too,
seriously,
like,
about
bro.
these
I feel
churches and
so
stuff.
bad. I feel so bad for our
well
people,
my
especially when you see
yeah.
them going to church every Sunday. You know what's
Yeah.
going
It's
when
for
you're
you
yeah,
to
you
awake.
get.
know what's
You
going
know
on
It's
when
to
they
what's
go to
going
house
church
your
on.
every Sunday to
energy
deal
and to
with
take
sin
your
wrong, bro.
energy away from you, brother.
Yeah,
Trust me.
because see, look,
It's a
You
sad
ain't
you
about
look
thing.
to
at
tell
it.
me
It's a sad
nothing.
thing, bro.
When
It's a
my
sad
father
thing.
died, when my father passed on, cause he ain't gone, cause he lived within me, right? Cause I'm the oldest, right? When that happened, I felt the energy of my dad. Cause when the more go, cause we don't supposed to go into these churches. But when we go into a church, it turns into a temple because I'm a sheik. I'm a grand sheik, executive ruler. And so it turns into a temple. So when I had to get up there and speak on my father's behalf and let people know that, hey, yo, my dad always said, keep a work ethic, keep your head strong, try to put yourself and be tougher than Ajax. And so when I finished that statement and I sat down, don't you know what happened? I seen the flowers by my daddy's casket dropping off one by one, like a tear.
Wow.
Just dropping off one by.
It'll
He was
be them
telling me he already.
songs.
He would tell. Yeah, he was. You have to see if you a believer in the Most High, you gonna see
I
the
wanna,
signs that's gonna guide you to the point where you have to be. That's just like right now the fires are going on over there in California. Guess what? You go to your
brother
Bible.
Walter,
He talk about that. He talk about
Man,
that
you
in the
talking
Bible.
He talk
Those
about a lot. But he
brother
talk
shit.
about
Walter,
rumors of wars and wars. He talk about a lot
brother
of like
Walter,
rumors, like a lot of
yeah, brother. Go
rumors.
ahead,
You know what I'm
brother
brother.
saying?
Walter.
Yes,
You
sir,
said
brother.
you were a grand sheik.
Yes, sir. For Temple number 3
Okay,
in
so I
Florida
studied it.
Republic.
Okay, so what is a grand sheik as opposed to a
Oh,
sheik?
it's basically almost someone that is in a point where you're governing yourself. You're not up under. I'm decentralized. I don't want to talk too much on here, because
Oh
you
no,
know
I
how they
understand
No,
what
I
you're
is.
mean
saying,
that's
man.
that's that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
with
You ain't gotta
anyone.
prove
Anyone
nothing
can
to
govern
yeah.
themselves. What
No,
I'm
no,
getting at
anyone,
to is
no, no,
that
no. Anyone can't govern themselves. You're gonna govern yourself up under their corporation.
Right.
You ain't gonna govern yourself up under the your real, true tribal self.
I
Cause see,
understand
we
that.
got,
What I'm saying,
see, like right now, we got okay. My European brothers, they can get adopted into this, and we can change everything, but they don't want to let go of the lady, so they'd rather keep us into
Correct.
a turmoil. Where, you see what I'm saying? But now you go to the Bible. He states that order for my European brothers to get into the kingdom of heaven, they have to kneel down to us. But they don't want to because they got pride, you see? And we won't even be going through this, bro. We'll be living good,
Hell yeah, we
doing
would.
things. You know
well,
what I'm
my
saying?
Yeah,
little
but low
So,
key,
brother, the Grand
so
Sheik,
we
the
did that
Grand
so
also.
Sheik, the
I'm
Prophet,
basically a
Prophet
chief. Just
Noble
say I'm
Drew
a chief.
Ali,
Just say I'm a chief,
Prophet
brother.
Noble Drew Ali never mentioned Grand Sheik.
Yeah. You're a grand sheep once you run your own, once you in your up under your own divine temple,
Hey,
which
check it
is the
out right
Bible.
quick.
Again, what makes
Maybe
you a
that
I'm a
Grand Sheik
noble.
as
information.
opposed to a
Excuse me.
Sheik?
Hey,
Just
excuse
say
me
I'm a
one
Maybe
second,
that
noble
brother.
because
Listen, hold
information
I'm a
on.
you
sheep.
talking about the prophet
Excuse me.
Listen
never
to me.
say a
I'm
grand
finna
sheik
tell
is
you.
the information
Grand
after the
sheik is like a no.
60s.
It's like a noble,
Hey,
Yeah.
a
excuse me.
noble
Excuse
person.
me one
That's
second,
all.
y'all.
A
Hey,
messenger.
yo,
I'm
yo,
a
yo,
met.
yo.
Right.
Yo, check
I'm
it
a
Why
out.
couldn't you
messenger.
just be a Sheik?
Hey, check it out right quick.
Because once if I say a sheik, okay, I'm gonna tell you this real fast. A sheik only means sharif. See,
Right.
you really, once you get your nationality, you really a sharif. That means you're supposed to
Right.
be setting laws.
And
You're
if
supposed
you
to be
want to
Right.
deal
setting
with the
laws on the
law, you
land.
ain't dealing with the police. The sheriff got to come
Yeah,
out to you.
nah,
Hey,
That's
you
that's
ain't
law.
did,
another
yeah,
topic. Hey, check
yeah.
it out right
And
quick.
if you don't look,
Excuse
and
me.
if you don't stand for, if you don't fight for Allah, then how can you say you with Allah? Allah want his children to stand up for the
And
word for
how do you
him.
got
He don't want you
sheriffs
to.
in America?
You got no, because America is called a Maxim, which is Morocco. See, this
Right.
really Morocco. This not
They
America.
emulated after us.
America
That's
just
why they got the
is.
sheriff.
You see
Amarat,
what I'm saying?
Americanos
Yeah,
Estados.
that's what this
They
is right here.
emulated
North
everything.
Gate,
Hey,
But
and
hey,
make it so bad. You Asiatic of North
Correct.
America.
Asiatic black man.
hey, check it
Yes,
out,
sir.
man.
So
Hey, I
you,
really got to get up out of here, but I want to hear that right quick before I leave. I got to go. But brother King Cali Slots, could you expound on Noble Drawley never mentioned Grand Sheik though? Before I get up out of here, man,
right.
break that down for me.
Right. So that's why I brought it up, bro. A lot of us like to use the Grand Sheik thing, and
yeah,
I was in a temple at one time,
just a
right? So
messenger.
I'm well aware about the Circle Sevens and our
Yeah,
Constitution. I'm well aware about
yeah,
all of that. So what you
yeah.
need to do is you need to read the original pamphlet. Noble Drew Ali never mentioned Grand Sheik. You a
You
Sheik, and that's it. All the grand stuff is the addition, the add on,
So who
to
added
some of
it? So could
these
Man,
you
I
tell
got
us
boys.
who
books
added it?
talking about the
So
grand
it's
sheiks,
really
man.
it's really
you
just
got
saying it's really just
you got
it's really
books.
just saying
Those
chief.
books are not,
You really
huh?
it's really chief, brother. I'm really a
Yeah.
bond of my tribe. I'm a Seminole Indian. So when I
Got
say grand chief,
Right,
I'm really
right, right,
saying chief. So
right.
it's not
Okay,
that
right,
because
right.
when you go back to Aboriginal with Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I got the protocol. Prophet Noble Drew Ali he said, if I can wake up my sheeps and turn them into the grand sheeps, then
hmm
we can be able to
Oh,
move
I never
on.
seen.
But
Oh,
it's
no,
you see
I
what I'm
never
saying?
seen
Yeah,
that.
That's why I
it's on
made
the
that
Aboriginal.
mention about the information after the fact. A lot of
Because you on your
agencies
Hey,
island.
out
check it
there.
out, man. Hey, I
Yeah, but
hope y'all
once you
come back,
say, but once
bruh.
you, I don't,
Bruh, this ain't listen. That's a
yeah,
whole other
I
topic, and
appreciate
I ain't
being up
got
here.
time, bruh. Walter Adams, bro. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
tell
yeah,
that you want to dig in deep on what you know, cause I'm a Moorish American as well, and I grew
yes,
up in
sir, yes, sir.
Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, and I'm well
Yeah,
versed.
okay. So
But
you in temple number one. You in temple number one, brother.
yeah, but I really gotta go.
Yeah,
But I want y'all to come back, man, and brother King Kelly
yeah,
Slot.
man.
We gonna go over
You
this
in
because I got
Egypt.
some knowledge, bro. But check it out. We gotta go through this. We gotta break it down so we'll be able to
Yeah, we
govern
got to
the way
comb
we,
through it,
man.
bro.
But
We
yeah, I
just
know
gotta
some
comb
stuff as
through
well, but I just ain't got time. So check it out.
Right, I got you.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Love,
definitely
truth,
Yeah.
going
peace,
back
freedom, and
live
justice.
at
Freedom and
around
justice.
No
Yeah.
doubt,
There you
about
man.
go.
Y'all
5
have a good
p.m.
day, man. Be
All right, take
safe
care.
You
out
too,
there,
brother.
man. Y'all
Appreciate
have
It's
a
that. See
good
y'all,
talking to
man.
y'all. Be safe,
no
brother.
doubt, man. I'm gonna
Yeah.
follow
Absolutely,
y'all.
man. Make sure y'all
Yeah, me too.
subscribe, man, and y'all pay attention to the notifications when I go live,
Right.
man. I want y'all to come back,
I
man, for
did.
real.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. Cause see, we trying to set something up so we can get to Gettysburg, bro. All the Moors, so we
I
can
just went to
congregate.
Gettysburg last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah. See, we trying to get it
Walked
together
all
again,
around it.
bro. You know what I'm saying? We can start our caravan. Cause see, we have a caravan. You know what I mean? Where